What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Defend Your Units. We are back. We are back. I'll say it again. We are back. We got our special guest, 138 MMA, Tyler, in the house. What's going on, Tyler? How's it going? How'd you do at UFC Macau?
Macau was sick, dude. I told everybody.
Did you stay up and watch it, or did you wake up early?
I woke up early. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like an hour late to start on it. But then I just caught up really fast. Like I started live. Oh shoot, somebody's texting me. I started live right. Or I started over. Like started the card from the beginning, and then caught up to live within no time because like there were a lot of finishes, so it was really easy just to skip the BS.
That's true. There was tons of finishes.
Dude, I was telling everybody was dogging on the card, saying it was gonna suck. It was like, oh, I don't know who any of these fighters are. That's not my fault. You didn't watch Road to the UFC, or like, dude, these are good fights. And I was like, I'm telling everybody, these are good fights, and they turned out to be really good fights. So, I was one of the few people that was on Shiming, so that was sick.
Nice.
Because nobody gave her a chance, and I was like, guys, I don't think you watched the Road to UFC. Like, this girl's got a real shot. She'd been an underdog in every fight in the Road to UFC, both of those fights. She's like, nobody gave her a shot, and she won both of them. And I was like, this girl is gonna do it. She's gonna get this done. She's getting better each fight too. It's ridiculous. So like, I was big on it. I was happy about it. So it was good. I went like 10-3 on my picks. So
there you go. Cool. Yeah, I did not stay up or wake up. I think I woke up about 7 o'clock, like right when Jan and Figgy were fighting. I watched that fight like while I was kind of waking up.
That's what Kendra did. She woke up and like watched the main event. It was like, oh, cool. And she was like, then she like ditched because she was like, oh, she was rooting for Figgy. She likes him.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, oh, whatever. And then she went for a run and said, forget it.
Yeah, my wife likes Jan, so
that checks
like,
out.
Oh, let's go. And I'm like, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Calm down. I haven't had my beer yet, so
yeah. I'm just getting up. I haven't had my morning beer. Yeah, no, that was a good card, dude. I told everybody it was gonna be a good card. Everybody, I felt like I had that card on my shoulders because everybody was dogging on it. So
yeah,
I took it personal because I was really looking forward to that card. There were some good fights on that card, and it worked out.
I'm trying to remember because I kind of like after that I didn't watch it live, obviously, but I was like watching like some of the fights and the stuff. But no, I think it was something different. What? Oh, maybe it was PFL I was thinking of. There was a lot of fights I watched the PFL the other day. That was a pretty good actually event.
Yeah, that was on my birthday. I just sat there and like watched fights like most of my birthday while just eating and gorging myself. It was rough. Yeah, so like watch fights from like 8:30 in the morning my time until like, gosh, what was it, like 5 or 6 at night or something?
Yeah, it was great. That's what I did too. I just stayed up and I'm like, woke up, just sat on the couch and I'm like, let's go.
Yep.
8 o'clock is perfect time to start UFC. 2 o'clock in the morning though, not good.
It was a little early. Like I would have been happy with like 4 or 5. Yeah, 2 is a little early. So if they give me like 2 hours later, I'm set.
Yep, for sure.
I can do.
That's why I like doing the early cards. And then we could do like a watch along and stuff. But like 2 a.m., like I ain't doing no watch along.
Dude, watch along will be so tough because like I'm so boring when I'm watching the fights because I'm sitting there with my notebook taking notes because I have like a running set of notes for each fighter.
Yeah.
So like I add to them as the fights go on, and then I go back and watch like the most recent however many fights I feel like I need to when I'm doing tape for the fight. But like, and then I just add to my notes, and it's just like a running thing. So it's like I'm just sitting there like watching, like taking notes, and like everybody's gonna be like, dude, you're so boring.
That's what I do too, but I don't like have my notebook with me. I kind of like remember it, and then like the next morning, that's usually when I do a lot of my UFC stuff and I get ready for my video and all that stuff. That's when I'll like update stuff. So it's like a whole morning, Sunday morning thing. So that's what I do on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
but sometimes like if it's too many fights and like I'll like write down like on my notes on my phone, like just do it real quick and it's fun.
Yeah, it's easier to like just as it's going on, or like a lot of times I'll do it in between rounds because I don't want to like look down and then miss something.
True.
But that's usually
or you can do it like after the fight or something like that. And then just write like scribble some stuff down and you look like, oh, this guy's good at checking kicks. No, he's not anymore. Scratch that.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll cut stuff out, or I'll upgrade stuff, or I'll like change, or like or like just different like,
cardio not good anymore.
Yeah, or like durability. Somebody that was durable is no longer durable.
Shin is gone.
Shin is gone after that. So yeah, so that kind of stuff. Like if like somebody that was durable all of a sudden gets knocked out 2 or 3 times in a row, like gotta get rid of that durable note. So
yep.
But yeah,
how you do it.
It makes it easy when I go back and like start taping for the next fight.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, but let's get to it. We got 14 fights, so I know you're going to have a lot of good information. So let's get to it. But first things first, let's get to the chat. We got our guy Dixon Side in here. What's up, Dixon? You're back. We are back. Took a little break. I didn't do UFC Macau breakdown because I knew I wasn't going to watch the fights. But if you were on my Patreon, I still gave you my picks and I gave you my bets. I did all that stuff, but I just didn't want. It is what it is. Paku, what's up, man? Sure. Appreciate you coming out as always. We got Effie Any Action Sportscast. Thank God the road to UFC. Nonsense is over. We're back to real fights. Yeah,
That's
Effie just did a
take I've ever heard from Effie. That hurts me.
Effie just did a main card breakdown.
Oh, dude, that hurt me too. When I watched his breakdown, he did I was like, God, Effie, what the heck, dude?
He did
like,
more than I did. So.
I'm always like talking about how much I love Effie's content. I'm like, oh, guys, you got to go check this guy out if you're not following him. You're crazy. And then I saw that and I was like, man, I'm embarrassed that I send people over there. Like, what are you doing?
It's all good, Effie. At least you did something, not like me.
Yeah, Johnny's just like, he's like,
I'm just like, nah.
I need to take a break.
Well, I was like, there's gonna be a week break, and like I could do this. I'm like, fuck it. But like I said, if you are on my Patreon, I gave you my picks and all.
There you go. Yeah, I saw that actually, but yeah, am I at the airport? That's funny. So actually, dude,
I was gonna say you kind of did look like it at first when I saw that.
So like I'm sitting in like I was gonna do one of my parking lot streams, right, guys? And I'm like sitting there in the parking lot of this like office building. And I see some dude prop the door open because he's running out to his car. And so I'm like, dude, I bet they got pretty good Wi-Fi in there. I was looking to poach the Wi-Fi anyway. So I sneak on in and I took this cubicle. And I don't see anybody around. So your boy's got himself an office building for the night.
That's how you do it in Nebraska.
That's right.
You just can't do that shit in Chicago, though.
Go actually with my friends.
We got Mike in here. What's up, man? JKP, let's go. Appreciate you coming out, Mike. As always, messing with Tyler. Demar. I know how to say your name, but my brain is stupid. I was up for the fights live, and it was so much fun. Yeah,
it was fun.
I mean,
I agree.
I'm just old. I can't do it anymore. I would probably fall asleep by like the third fight if I tried. We got Rem Dog in here, West Coast baby. I just stayed up from midnight to 6 a.m. There you go. That's not too bad to watch that card. Worth it. There you go. And then we got, this is like when you let down your general in war. I failed Tyler. Yep.
You have failed me.
You've
done. Brushed into your family.
You are done. Go back to your NHL ways. But all right, let's get to the card here. Like I said, we got 14 fights, which is a lot for once. And the first fight, we got Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Lucas Brzezinski. Who do you like?
So it's the only fight that I'm not like, man, this is gonna be really fun. So like, it should be fine. Like it'll be okay. I mean, I don't know. Kennedy should win. If he doesn't, like he's a guy that you can't feel good about though. Like when's the last time you felt good about Kennedy and Nzechukwu winning a fight? Like it's like he should win on paper.
Ian Cutelaba. That's about it.
Right. And even then, you're like, I don't know, like this dude sometimes just gets chinned or sometimes is not going to throw anything. But like he has all the skills. He's got the size. Like he has all the physical advantages and he has the ability to use them. He just sometimes doesn't. So I hate that he's a big favorite. But Brzezinski, ever since like, he popped for the roids, like dude hasn't looked the same. He's 1-4 in his last 5 fights. And that one that he won was like, wasn't the highest level of win. And it was pretty close. So
yeah.
So like, yeah, like, is this the guy that's going to beat Kennedy? I mean, maybe, but probably not. So no hot take here. I think Kennedy and Nzechukwu wins. When are we going to get him not as a massive favorite? Because like he's been a massive favorite in most of his last fights. Like out of his last 5 fights, he's been a massive favorite of over minus 500 or more in at least 3 of those, probably 4 of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to look back and see.
Including this one, and then you got OSP.
Dustin Jacoby, he was minus like 155.
Yeah, that one was close.
Devin Clark minus 185. Ian Cutelaba minus 175.
But what about the others? His last one, this one,
yeah,
OSP fight.
Chris Barnett, definitely huge favorite. Huge. OSP, huge favorite, and he lost. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so, like he's almost always a big favorite. It was fair to line him as a favorite in some of those fights. Like I get that he was a favorite over Barnett. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, like this guy's like minus 1,000. Like dude, I don't trust this guy for minus 1,000 to deliver my groceries, let alone win a fight. Like, I don't know. So, yeah,
Yeah.
It's
No,
just,
I'm with you. I think Kennedy wins this fight. I don't think Bretsky's all that great. He is bottom of the barrel. I mean, he could probably beat some bottom barrel heavyweights, but I never really liked Kennedy at light heavyweight. I know he is like kind of not really a heavyweight. He's kind of a tweener, but I
I do like
think I do like the move though. That's what I was gonna say. I like it because he was super slow with his strikes, and there were just better athletes at light heavyweight. Now he's moving up to heavyweight where there's maybe 2 good athletes at heavyweight, 3 tops.
pretty much the top 5.
Yeah. And he can get to the top 10 easy in the heavyweight division. Like it's not hard to get in the top 10 at heavyweight. And Bretsky's not getting there, I'll tell you that. And he's kind of a tweener himself, but like the bad thing about him though is Kennedy has some wrestling. And if he uses that wrestling, he can get Bretsky down pretty easily and keep him down too. The striking might be close, but I still do favor Kennedy. So I get why he's a crazy big favorite. I'm not betting him though, or any put him in parlays because he's kind of untrustworthy. But I mean, maybe if you want to do like inside the distance, maybe you can put that in a parlay piece. But even then, you're like, it's dicey.
No chance.
Like I'm not betting this fight at all. I'm just trying to look for some spots maybe you can do, but minus 600 isn't, eye popping to me. So.
And it's weird because like of the 3 massive favorites on this card, he's the one that you can like that you would think has the easiest matchup. Actually, I take that back. Never mind. Okay.
Second easiest.
Yeah, second, but like he makes me more nervous than people that are like minus 200 on this card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, minus 2 something. I'm like, man, like but like I do think he wins though, so I get you. But yeah, it's just maybe.
I guess the next we'll talk about it the next fight. So like these are 2 like lines. I'm just like, that's kind of wide, but we'll see. But yeah, what do you think Kenny's going to get inside the distance? What do you think? Decision?
Honestly, I would lean decision. It's heavyweights outside of the top 5 is like a lot of time you get decision, unless it's like a Tybura versus Denise fight where it's like complete opposite styles. But typically, like heavyweights outside of the top 5, the fights go longer than you expect because they end up just hugging against the cage for a lot of it. It's the most boring division. Everybody's always like, "Hey, women's MMA." But like, dude, when have you watched a good?
I like
the fight outside the top.
Other than bantamweight, like women's MMA is actually like not bad. I love women's strawweight and especially flyweight. Flyweight top 15 is amazing.
They get after it too. Like it's like,
and they're all good.
All have cardio. Most of them all have good output. Like it's way better than watching some fat guys lean against the cage. Like I don't understand the sentiment, but whatever. Then people get on me and they're like, "Oh, he's going like woke or whatever." I'm like, "No, dude. I just think it's stupid that you think these heavyweights are better than like the strawweight division or whatever." I'm like, "You guys are tripping." Yeah, whatever.
I was trying to find out if one of my books has the over unders, but I can't get to it. Oh, there it is. So over 1.5 in that fight is actually minus 155.
That's not bad. Like
that's probably the play I would do if you want to bet.
You could get pretty much every over 1.5 in heavyweight fights at plus money. Not all of them, but pretty much. And dude, it was just free money. But they caught on in 2024 and they've been sharper about it since.
There you go.
But dude, it was so easy.
Let's see what happened to Wang Kong minus 1,000. Yeah, she got rocked and subbed right away.
I mean, it was like second round, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Like she got rocked and then it was a sub like right away after.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like one of the fights that I watched. I was like, oh damn. I feel you. I went to bed after work and just started the next day early. There you go. We got Swivy Bets in here. What's up, man? What's goody? Appreciate you coming out. Tell me some of your bets you got, Swivy. I think this ends in the first round or goes to a greasy decision, quite possibly for sure. Last time we got him as a reasonable favorite, he got starched by Jacoby. Yeah, Jacoby is he's just better. And that's the thing that I was trying to say like earlier, like the light heavyweight division, there's just more athletes and he's not really that athletic as them, but he's more athletic as a heavyweight. So I got Bretsky winning an ugly decision. Kennedy doesn't do enough to separate. I believe Bretsky is a better boxer. There will be no grappling at all unless, I mean, we've seen him grapple. I think if he grapples, he could look minus 600.
If you can get Brzeski decision at like plus 1,000 or something, like that's legit.
Yeah.
I don't think he subs.
Like that. Yeah. What's up, Art? What's up, guys? Happy to see you. Where's Cody? Cody is taking a break. He won't be back until probably at least 6 months. And his work schedule has to change. So I don't know if it will, but I'm hoping. We'll see. We got Kiwi. What's up, Kiwi? Chur to you as well. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. This is a classic Kennedy shits the bed spot. It could be. Kiwi. Do you really trust? No, I don't trust Kennedy to do it. I'm saying if he does it, he can look like, minus 600 favorite. But I don't know. That's the problem. That's why I'm not going to be throwing any money on him. So, but if he strikes, it's going to be a close fight because Brzeski does have decent boxing. I think Kennedy's striking is decent too. It is slow and low volume, unfortunately. So that's why it's going to be it's hard if it goes over 1.5 rounds. So I actually like that bet. I don't know. I'm not going to do it, but I like it. What's up, Glimbot? Appreciate you coming out. First fights of the night tend to go over. They usually do. Fair. Yep. You don't want to risk gassing because, Brzeski will be there throwing volume. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm just not high on Brzeski. I shouldn't be as high on Kennedy either, but I do like the move to heavyweight, though. That's the thing. Way better for him. Light heavyweight Kennedy, though, don't like at all. What's up, Real Fight Picks? Kennedy is the most trustworthy fighter out there unless he gets stage fright and how he goes. Yeah, exactly. Let's all take a second to rejoice that there are no women's fights on this card. Is that true? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that is true.
Wow. And they're not in Abu Dhabi? Or Saudi Arabia or any place
Saudi Arabia had 2, yeah.
That's true.
For PFL.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about UFC. UFC.
Oh, yeah.
0.
Yeah.
Every time they're over there. Nope. But yeah, I didn't notice that.
Shame.
Yep. Kennedy going to be super conservative. He could be. We'll see.
I bet they're going to be hugging against the cage for a lot of it.
Yeah. Max Payne Griffin. I don't mind that. Nate the Train. I like that fight.
Look at that bicep.
I love Nate the Train. He's so
good.
How do you manage to get Jake Gyllenhaal to replace Cody?
You're far too kind.
Well, I mean, I know some guys. So I pulled a couple strings. There you go.
Yo, did you see my new movie?
Dern versus Hebus moved to 2025. What? Wasn't that supposed to be in Tampa? That's why I don't do early taping, because I swear every time if I'm early, they change around fights or fights get canceled every time. So I just don't do it early anymore.
I do so I can poach some good lines.
No, for sure. I get that. That's the only reason why I tried to start to do that. And it just never worked out. And I'm like, I'm wasting my time doing this.
Yeah, that one was easy to tape though, too. So, because
Dern was a big underdog. And I was like,
Yeah. It was probably a trap anyway.
Yeah, but if you're going to get her at dog prices in that fight, I don't hate it at all.
Yeah. It was going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Next one we're going to do is Clay Guida versus Chase Hooper. I'll go ahead and start this one. I'm going to go with Hooper. And the reason why I'm going with Hooper is because I don't think Guida makes tons of mistakes on the mat with his grappling, and Chase Hooper is a masterclass grappler and submission artist, and Guida's been subbed like something crazy like 13 times, like something outrageous like that. Let me look I don't want to lie. 16. I was giving him a little bit extra credit, but he's been subbed 16 times in his career, and that's what Chase is good at. Now, if this fight does play out on the feet, it could be a little bit close, but I think this fight gets to the mat eventually. And that's where Chase is going to excel here. So I'm not betting this fight because the money line is crazy wide. And I don't mind anybody taking a shot on Guida. You might as well just do Guida by decision because I think that's how he wins if he wins. But to survive for 15 minutes with Chase Hooper, like grappling for most of that 15 minutes, you're going to be sweating it. So I'm going with Hooper. I think he does find the sub probably early, maybe first or second round. If it gets in the round 3, I don't think he'll get the finish, but that's just me. He could still, but yeah, minus 1,000 for Chase Hooper to me against Clay Guida, which he's not terrible. I just don't like his grab or submission defense, and he does make a lot of mistakes. So it does worry me a lot. So going with Hooper, I'll say by sub. What do you think?
Okay, so I need to preface this by saying I really like Clay Guida. I bet him as an underdog a lot. I was even on him against Silva, and it was close. This line's not wide enough. There's value on this line.
Minus 1,000?
Yeah. There's no way, short of an accident, like a freak accident, how does Guida win? He doesn't. There's no way.
He's got to survive for 15 minutes.
But
and like not get taken down or not take this fight to the mat. That's it.
He's going to stand and jab for 15 minutes?
But I'm throwing out the only way he wins. It's like 1% chance.
Not even 1% is not. It's not even 1%. Like even if they stood at range for 15 minutes, Hooper's still going to win because he's so much longer. And Guida hasn't thrown a straight shot in how many years? Like everything's duck his head and these. Whereas he rushes you against the cage. He hasn't thrown a straight shot in years. I guess maybe a jab every now and then. But like, yeah, it's like I don't see a way that Guida wins outside of a freak accident or like something crazy. Maybe Hooper, like, I don't know, has a heart attack. Like what? Eating too many. Like, dude, I don't like. How does Hooper lose? I know the line's wide, but I straight up just like backed that truck up and just dumped it on him when he was like minus 700. I was just like empty the bank account on it because he doesn't lose unless he like short of an accident. I can't see it because
maybe he gets knocked out with one of those overhand crazy rights that Clay's not looking at.
I know though, because like Hooper's so durable. Like, sure, Garcia got him, but like even then he wasn't out. Like he was still conscious.
It was like 3 knockdowns.
Yeah, and it was like a mercy stoppage. It wasn't even a knockout. And you're not gonna Quigley's not gonna do that. Like we're living in a fantasy world thinking he might, you know? Like there's no way. He has no power that's gonna put out Hooper. No. He's not gonna sub Hooper. No. We've already seen these two guys grapple, and that wasn't even sort of close. So the only way that Guida wins fights these days is by outpacing people, rinse and repeat takedowns or pushing them up against the cage, just kind of winging these big shots against the cage and taking them down and stuff. Dude, he's not going to be able to do that to Hooper because if he does that, he's screwed. Hooper wins this fight 100 times out of 100. Like if you run it 1,000,000 times, Guida might get one, but like, dude, 100 times out of 100, Hooper wins this fight. I don't like the line's not wide enough. Like he should be minus like 10,000 or more. Like I just can't see it.
That's ballsy.
Like I just can't see him losing.
No, I get it. It's just hard to bet like fighters minus 700 anymore because you're just worried about the banana peel. And usually, guess what happens? Like the banana peel happens like 1 out of 10 times with those 700 people.
But if you told me, I either had to get one fight correct outside of the Hooper fight, I could pick. I could make all my picks on the other 13 fights. I just had to get one correct, or I had to get the Hooper fight right. Which one am I more confident in? The Hooper fight.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm more confident. Like I can't remember a fight I've been more confident in. Actually, the last time I was this confident in a fight, it was Brian Battle versus Ange Lusa, and Lusa took the easy way out and got it a snow contest, but the money returned.
I mean, I knew Charles Oliveira was going to beat Chandler. I mean,
get out of here.
I did.
Sense.
That's this fanboy right there. Though.
Okay, that's good.
I was confident though, but I mean that's part fanboy. But how was Chandler gonna win? There was no way Chandler was gonna win.
That
he knocked him out early.
Years closer than this fight's gonna be.
Probably. That was 5 rounds too.
This fight, I'll be surprised if it goes to decision. But if it does, it's because Hooper just is being nice enough that he doesn't want to harm this poor old man who turns 43 the day after the card. His birthday is the day after the card.
Maybe he gives him a win.
No,
it's Christmas time, so
no. Hooper's got a wife and child to take care of.
He does.
Hooper's gonna make that money, and Guida's show money is through the roof at this point.
That's true. He does have a lot of UFC fights, but
yeah.
16 times submitted.
Yeah, dude. He got submitted with a calf slicer when they grappled. A calf slicer.
But he's a local guy, though.
He's toast, dude. He's so toast.
He's an Illinois guy.
Yeah, but he's so toast.
I know.
Like, I love Clay Guida. I'm a big Clay Guida.
I do too. Fan. It's
toast.
He's got 30. He's got 36 fights in the UFC, and he's 18-18.
Yeah, and I mean, like, he has good wins too. There's some wins on his record that are pretty good. This just isn't going to be one of them. Nope. This line's not wide enough. You're still getting to me. It's a plus EV bet to bet him at minus 1,000.
Well, I see minus 1,050. Is that still good?
Yeah, still great. Still and like whatever the number is, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just do it. Throw him in a parlay. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, easy. He should anchor all of your parlays.
Now, do you think it'll be inside the distance?
Probably, unless, like I said, unless he's like, man, I don't want to just like destroy this old guy. Like, unless he's like, I'm going to carry him to a decision. That, like, I could see Hooper's like, I don't know. Hooper's got an angsty side to him, but I assume he doesn't want to just absolutely hurt this man like he did to poor Borshev. Like, do you remember that?
Well, that was vicious ground and pound, dude.
Okay, and then Borshev had the stones to complain to Keith Peterson when he stopped it for like a sub.
He should have stopped it a long time ago.
Borshev should be writing a Christmas card to Keith Peterson every year for the rest of his life.
You mean nonsense,
dude?
Keith Peterson.
The nonsense saved that man's life. Borshev would be a vegetable right now if he didn't stop that fight.
That's true. It was rough.
It was so bad.
He had like 3 different bumps on his bald head, and
did he land elbows? Anything?
No, nothing.
Maybe
it was a disaster,
dude.
I was all over Borshev too, and I'm like, this is the worst bet ever.
I was on Hooper, thankfully, but yeah, I was much less confident in Hooper in that one than I am in this one. So like, hopefully he lives up to what I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Battle of the Big Booty Bandits. Yeah, 2025. Unfortunately, we gotta wait. Yeah, it's gonna be a main event for the first card. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense. They probably just didn't have anything.
They probably didn't have a main event. Yeah.
Makes sense now. The official guys, Dern dumped Tricolia immediately after he got subbed, which she should have.
Yeah, dude. If you get subbed, if you lose a fight to Trayshawn Gore, you shouldn't be in the UFC.
He's got a nasty guillotine though. That's
dude. Guillotine shouldn't work, especially when you're that tall.
I know, but that's the thing. And he's Brazilian. You should never get guillotined if you're a Brazilian.
Well, when he was tall enough, he could have walked his stupid little feet around to the other side and angle off.
His stupid little feet.
Like, dude, you're that tall. I don't care how hard he's cranking on you. Like, you could just move around. You're fine.
It's true. Hooper decision. I mean, I think he finds a sub though.
The only way it's a decision is if he carries him, which is possible. He totally could.
Mayrob's our guy. What's up, man? Appreciate the 1999 donation. Our guy. What's some of your bets you got, Mayrob's? You know,
1999 was a good year.
Yes, it was. Do you remember it?
Oh yeah. Okay.
I know you do.
Dude,
I think I was about to go into high school.
We were like, dude, what happens when it turns to 2000, man? Y2K.
Were you in your bunker?
I wasn't. At that time, I was still a child and did not have a bunker.
Yeah, I think what were you, 7 or 8?
I would have been, in 99, I would have been 8, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I stayed at my buddy's house that night, though. I do remember it.
Nice. I think we were about ready to go into high school. I was like either 8th grade or freshman. Can't remember. Depends on what time of the year, if you want to say.
Yeah. It's a good year.
Appreciate you, Mayrobs. And we got Bunny Hunter in the house with a $5 donation. Appreciate you as well, Bunny, as always. What's up, fellas? Been really concentrated on crypto. That's why I've been a little absent, but this is still my favorite show. Luke A. Moneyline. Look at us. Look at us. We'll get there, but look at us, Bunny. We actually agree on one dog. We never agree on dogs, but I like it. Crypto's booming. I will tell you that. There's a reason.
Word.
There's a reason. Hooper KO. I don't mind that at all. If that gives you plus money, I think that's a good bet. Same thing with sub. If that gives you plus money, I think that's a good bet. Bunny Hunter on crypto. Yeah, it's been on fire. Effie, can you tell the audience why crypto is doing well now? I bet you know why. We got Sweevy with the $2.99 donation. Appreciate you, Sweevy. You're the best. You're one of the best.
I wasn't alive in that year.
It wasn't either. Appreciate you. Baby Sharp MMA. What's up, man? What's up, fellas? Appreciate you as always coming out. Hit the like, Ninja Watchers, please, and thank you. Bunny Hunter is always on that. So definitely hit the like button when you first get in here, and then you don't have to worry about it. It's easy. Dirty Reg, what's up, Dirty? There is a path for Guida to end up on top for most of the fight, even though I don't think that happens.
Nah. Hooper will just climb around his back like a spider. That's what he does. He's too long.
I was going to say, Hooper's like, he's just a little greasy, like weasel. Like he just gets out of every scramble and position, reverses it. It'll take him maybe 2 minutes to do it, but he'll do it eventually. Like,
yeah, and not against Guida it won't. He's going to reach around the back, grab his lat. He's going to pull his head through and just crawl around the back like a freaking spider. It's what he does.
Yeah.
Take him down and he ends up on your back.
It's wild.
He does it to almost everybody. If you watch his tape, you're like, man, how does he keep doing it? I literally have it in my notes that he crawls around to people's back from bottom like a spider. It's legit in my notes. 10 units to win 1. Do it.
There it is.
You're getting that unit.
1,000 to win 100. There you go, Sweetie.
Buy yourself a nice dinner.
Tyler said if Hooper loses, he'll give you that 10 units back. So
whatever. Sure.
What's up, guys? I did great in Macau, plus 750. There you go. A few days ago, plus 26 up. There you go. Look at you. Killing it. You need to start doing your own YouTube and Patreon and stuff. You're killing it. You always kill it. Love it. Best bet is over 1.5 at minus 175. I would be scared. I'd be sweating.
Yeah, dude, I'd be so sweaty. Like, I hope you got an extra shirt.
It's just because if the fight gets to the mat, I know it'll be over in like 2 minutes. Whatever time that happens, it's the first time. So
it didn't last that long when they grappled. So
no, I think I just looked at it. It was 3 minutes 55 seconds in the first round of grappling. And grappling's how many minutes? 5 rounds or 5 minutes per round?
I don't remember what that one was for.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we got Kiwi Brew with a $20 donation. Appreciate you as always, Kiwi Chur. Come on, Clay, do it for us old men. Yeah, let's do it. I'm almost 40. Let's go. Tomorrow. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. If you guys haven't spammed the chat with happy birthday, Johnny, yet, you guys are dropping the ball here. It's tomorrow, guys.
Which that's the reason why it's a special Tuesday night. Tomorrow is my birthday. I will be turning 40 years old. If anybody didn't know, now you know. And it's wild. I'll tell you that. It's wild.
Super cool, dude.
Yeah, I guess. It's just another number, though. I feel like I'm 32.
40 is pretty good. So. Dude, if I make it to 40, I'll be impressed.
You'll make it.
I mean, hopefully. Who knows?
Stay in your bunker.
The owner of this office is going to get pissed. They find me and just boom.
I hope Ian Gary loses. If it goes to decision, they will rob Shavkat. I don't think so. I don't know
about that. I feel like the UFC doesn't care who wins that one, honestly.
I want to say, too, like, that's probably a fight. You're like, you know what? Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're both young,
undefeated.
Well, not really prospects anymore, but
they're contenders, yeah.
They're
absolute contenders.
100% contenders for sure. Absolute trap spot for Hooper sub. It's too easy. It's true. It's because, yeah, that's why I said the KO prop too. I think that's a good one because he probably should have got a KO, ground and pound KO against Borishev.
But he wanted the KO too. He wanted it. He tried so hard to get that KO.
Have you seen the wrestling match between Guida and Faber? It's sad. So got Scotty Law in here. What's up, Scotty? Hey. Appreciate you coming out. As always, you know it. I can't back that school shooter looking Hooper.
Oh, that's rough.
Bunny Hunter, another $5. Appreciate you as well. Charles Oliveira is, I'm not even going to say that. That is.
I will. Still a trash can. Never be champion.
What?
I mean, as long as there, nobody's going to be champion, so whatever.
Listen, if there's anyone that's going to beat Islam right now,
nobody
in that weight class,
there's nobody.
Charles Oliveira.
No, it's not even close.
If there is someone, you have to pick somebody. Charles Oliveira.
No.
Who are you going to pick? Who are you going to pick? You have to pick somebody. That's the rule.
Gosh. Like, who'd be the hardest matchup for him at 155?
You think Armin will be harder?
No, he's going to smoke Armin.
Charles Oliveira, then.
No, he'll do the same thing he did at Charles the first time. Like, it's not going to be close.
Whatever. Just checking in, got kid stuff, but we'll.
It's probably somebody that's not in the top 5 yet, and we just haven't like. I'd say Ilya is a harder matchup for him than anybody at 155, and I
love me some Ilya too, but I think Islam
still killed him. Like
I think so.
Islam's too good.
He's just too big.
Mm-hmm.
Way too big
and too skilled. Like he's so good everywhere. People just don't want to give him credit for that. He's so good everywhere.
Yeah.
Because they don't want him to win, but he's going to keep winning. He's too good.
The teenage dream is a man now. Hooper.
That's right.
Yeah. He's a dad. He's a man. He's 25 years old. Happy 31st birthday. I wish. Justin, what's up, John? Justin, Johnny the Tap or Die was a Gracie thing, I'm sure, in the 1800. If you got tapped by a samurai, you ended your life. Times have changed. Yep. Would have done it. 100%. Let's see. Ram Dog, happy birthday. Appreciate you. Damari, what's up, man? Happy birthday. Appreciate it. Happy birthday. Appreciate all the happy birthdays, guys. Dixon, happy birthday. I don't do that anymore.
I mean, maybe you could, throw your wife some money. Tell her.
Oh, yeah. I could do that. And I'm sure she would like
they gave me all these super chats for this.
There you go.
She'd be like, oh, thanks, Johnny.
Ulysses, what's up? Happy birthday. Appreciate you coming up. Yep. Look at me. Just growing up right before everyone's eyes. I was a little kid so like 3 years ago when I first started.
Yeah. So little Johnny's grown up.
Okay. Sex is better after 40 because you have sex once a year. But
that's rough.
That's great. Thank you. Hey, it's my birthday. I can do it.
Here for you, brother.
Hey, if I can't read it, he'll read it. There you go. You don't do that Charles Oliveira slander in this stream. I don't like it. Effie, happy birthday. Bears win a Super Bowl in your 40s. I don't think that'll happen. But maybe if they get a new coach. Maybe.
Are they bad? I don't know.
Their coaching staff has always been awful. And I think they finally have a team that's decent enough to make the playoffs, but their coaching sucks and they already fired him. So 2025, here we go.
They fired him before the season's over?
Yeah. That's the first time they did in 100 years.
That dude must have really sucked.
Oh, yeah. He was awful.
Wow.
Awful. All right. Next fight. Michael Chiesa versus Max Griffin. Who do you like? Interested to hear what you like here.
Okay, so I've heard very few people on the Griffin side, and I don't know why. Because I keep hearing everybody saying, like, oh, man, you're giving me Chiesa at dog money? I love this. This guy's he's going to win for sure. And I'm like, his grappling, I'm like, what are you talking about? Because just a few cards ago, well, I guess more than a few cards ago, last fight for Chiesa, those same people were taking Tony Ferguson because they thought, well, he could probably beat Chiesa. This guy's on the desk. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, get out of here, dude. Like, nah, I think, I'm not, like, Griffin's not a lock by any means because the dude's 39. But, like, at the same time, I think he can beat Chiesa. I think he can stop most of the takedowns. And I think he can jab him up. I think he can land that 1-2 after the jab starts landing. I think Chiesa's going to not have as much success on the feet as Griffin. And I think if it does get to the mat, it's like, I don't know, Griffin's not lost on the ground. Like, he's a pretty good wrestler in his own right, So, but his takedown defense is solid. So, yeah, dude, give me Max Griffin. I think he's the better fighter at this stage in both of their careers.
Yeah, I 100% agree. That's why I was wondering if you were going to agree with me. I love Griffin in this spot.
Yeah, I actually watched your video today, and I was happy to know that we agreed on this one.
Yeah, I love it. He's definitely the better striker, and I think he's going to have better cardio. I think he's more durable. There's a world where Griffin can actually get a submission on Chiesa. There's a world. I can see it in my head. I think the only way Chiesa wins is if he just wrestles for 3 rounds, and I don't think he can do that anymore. I know he's not super old. He's like 37, but like he's just not very active. And look at the guys that he's fighting when he does fight. He fights like once every year and a half against either guys that he should never even come close to winning or against bums. He's not like a contender. Max Griffin is actually fighting decent, competition as of late. And what else was I going to say? One more thing. Yeah, and when you're behind the desk, like another guy behind the desk is coming up here. We'll get to him too. It's going to be bad. I'm sorry. But I'm going to say the same thing. But like, I just don't think you're in it 100%. You know what I mean? I think you still want to fight because you watch the fights. You're like, man, I want to fight. I'm getting that urge. But like, you're not really in it. I can't explain it better than that. Like, you're just not 100%, even though you think you are, but you're not. Griffin is, and he's been, and I know he makes fights very close. That's the one thing I don't like about Max Griffin, because every fight you're like, that fight was close. I don't know who won. It's going to be a split. Oh,
motion lights. I didn't move enough.
I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I was, what the heck? Apparently I got to move a little more in
I
this
thought like a
office.
UFO was happening or something. You're going to get taken.
Seriously. He's been cooking. Somebody call Liam Neeson.
It's funny. But yeah, give me Max Griffin by decision, I'm going to say. But, I mean, there's a world, like I said. He can get a sub. He can get a knockout. I think Chiesa's only path to victory is a decision. So, I like the line. And the line's actually coming down. And I should have maybe possibly waited a little bit longer. But I liked him at the other prices. So,
yeah,
it's what it is.
Yeah. So, like, sure, he looked really good against Tony Ferguson. But, like,
Tony Ferguson.
So did Nate Diaz.
Like,
dude, Nate Diaz guillotined Tony Ferguson. Are you kidding me? That's terrible. You should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
That was a Diaz that was on his way out.
And like he got Darce choked against Kevin Holland, he's a pretty good offensive grappler. Decision by Sean Brady. He was never going to win that fight, but it was closer.
That was closer than it should have been. Honestly.
Should have been. And then he got Darce choked against Vicente Luque.
That's fair. That was before Vicente was like, brain bleed and stuff.
But like I said, he fights once a year against people that he should not beat at all, or he's going to lose, or guys that he should beat. Like this is a good test for him, but I just think Griffin at this stage, I know he's 39, like you said, but he's more active. He's fighting guys that are like at his level. He's in shape. He's always durable. He's got good cardio. He's just not really a finisher, and he makes fights closer.
Defense is good.
Yeah. So
what's he sitting at, like 80% or something? Maybe not quite that high, but it's pretty close.
I want to say it was like when I saw it, like in the 70s maybe, but like the percentages don't really tell the whole story sometimes, because you might fight like a really good wrestler and you might get taken down like 7 times. You're like, that just ruins my percentage. But every other fight, I'm like 100%. But
yeah, but when you got a sample size the size of Max Griffin, like you should.
True.
He's been in UFC a while. It's not like he's new.
Let me just take a little gander.
I bet it's close to 80%, if not better.
Okay, I was gonna say I think it was in the 70s when I saw it, but he is. Where you at? Oh, 68%.
Oh, geez, that's actually horrible. I mean, not horrible, but it's like way lower than I thought it was.
Yeah, who's getting taken down? He got taken down once against Jeremiah Wells. Get it?
Yeah,
taken down once against Michael Morales. Get it?
Cool.
Tim Means was able to take him down 3 times.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that fight.
Neil Magny once. But then that's his last 4 fights.
Yeah, like once a fight is kind of what I figured, but like 3 against Tim Means, like I didn't rewatch that one for this because I figured that fight wasn't worth rewatching for this because like the styles aren't really, they don't compare whatsoever.
So Tim Means was the only fight he got taken down more than like once.
One out of probably multiple attempts.
Colby Covington, his very first UFC debut, he got taken down 6 times. There's the crazy one. Colby Covington's like way better than
especially
back then. Especially at that time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there it is. There's the outlier that made it should be like 78%.
Yeah. Yep. We figured it out.
That's easy. That's why you come here. You figure it out.
Right.
Love Max. There you go.
Let's go. Effie's on it. Waiting for your video,
Effie. Take threat is the only worry here for me. Back take. Okay.
Yeah.
May Robs, you are too kind. I appreciate the birthday well wishes and all that good stuff. You did not have to do that, but I do appreciate you, and I wish you luck as well with your betting. But I'm happy. Thank you. I don't even know what to say.
That was sweet.
It was sweet. Thank you, May Robs. Win. Ryan Jordan. Let's some use y'all. 2 of my favorites in the game. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Ryan, always coming out every week, hanging out with us. Guys, we're obligated to sprinkle Griffin's sub because, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I think there's a world where he can get a sub, and at plus 1,800, not a bad look.
And it seems like Darce choke is the way to go.
Yeah,
I think it's called the Darce choke for Holland like pretty easy on that one, and like it was a foregone conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, "Dude, how'd you call that?" And I'm like, "You haven't seen a Michael Chiesa fight, have you?"
And you don't know Kevin Holland because there he is.
This is so dumb. Hey. What the hell? All right, we're in the dark. It doesn't recognize me.
Wow.
Whatever. All right,
look at you in a dark.
Yeah, All right, I'm gonna run out here real quick, see if I can turn them on.
Go ahead. I'll go through the chat here. Let's see. Nate Diaz almost KO'd Leon Edwards. If that makes you washed up, may Santa Claus bless me in this way. Imagine plus 1,000 Weidman sub, plus 1,800 sub parlay hits. That'll be crazy. Love it. Round 3 against Tim Means is why I haven't laid chalk on Griffin yet. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Churio. We got Mushroom in Maine here. What's up, Johnny? What's up, Tyler? Appreciate you coming out, Mushroom, as always. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Let's go through the next fight, which is going to be.
Switch.
Got it?
Yeah.
Cody Durden versus Joshua Van. I'll let you go. Oh, wait. It's my turn? Yeah, it's my turn. This is going to be a fun fight. Kind of was going a little bit back and forth. I ended up on Durden, though. I do like the wrestling, obviously. I think that's where his biggest advantage is going to be. He does have good cardio. That's one thing that I always look for if Van is fighting, because Van has very good cardio for 3 rounds. Durden's striking is getting better as he goes, but he can get rocked, which does worry me. So, but if Durden can get that wrestling going, especially in the later rounds, like rounds 2 and 3, I think he wins this fight by decision. Van is a slow starter, but he's a very good striker. He's very durable too. I know he got knocked out against Charles Johnson, but that was a crazy uppercut that Johnson landed in the 3rd round too. So I'll give Johnson credit, but this is going to be a very fun fight. Looking forward to this one, but I'm just going to go with the dog and Durden. It's going to be by decision. But maybe Van can get a knockout late, maybe like 3rd round knockout or something like that, because he does have the power. He's got good cardio, and we've seen it happen time and time again. He's just a slow starter. He's like Piotr Jan. He's that 1st round, he like almost takes off for whatever reason, and then round 2 he'll pick it up. And Van was looking pretty shaky in his last fight. I know we took it on short notice, but he ended up getting it done. So, but Durden's he's a different animal. He's a junkyard dog. I like both fighters, though. I really do. It just sucks to pick one or the other, but I'm going with Durden. What do you think?
I agree with that. So Durden's striking is really getting like pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I think that's horrible for him because watch his last 2 fights. Dude's not shooting takedowns. Gone are the days where you could put Cody Durden in your DraftKings lineup, even as an underdog, and dude gets 13 freaking takedowns in there. And you're like, doesn't matter if he wins or lose. This dude's scoring a boat.
Yep.
It's gone. Now he wants to strike. That's not going to go well for him. If he tries to strike with Josh Van, he's going to sleep. Josh Van is a really good striker. I think I wanted to, I almost always bet Cody Durden. In fact, I was feeling pretty good about that bet against Silva. And then, whoops, he's fallen in love with his hands. And that's the worst thing for a really good wrestler.
I'll give him a pass on Silva not trying to wrestle him, because Bruno has very good grappling and takedown defense.
But
this is the fight where he needs to wrestle. Like,
I'm afraid
if you don't wrestle, you're going to lose.
I don't want to wrestle Schnell either. And Schnell's got good jiu-jitsu. I get it. But come on, dude. You, especially after he got clipped, you still wanted to trade hands. I knew we got the sub.
Well, Schnell has no chin, though.
Apparently, either just Durden. So,
well, Bruno got a freaking good shot on him.
Yeah, but dude, I think him falling in love with his hands is a problem, and I think he's going to go out there, and I think he's going to want to trade, and I think he needs to start shooting takedowns from start to finish, and do the Cody Durden of old, the Cody Durden that got him to the dance. That would be great, and if I knew he was going to do that, I would absolutely bet him. I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to go out there because he's having fun learning to strike, and I think he's having fun because he's doing really well. His striking's looking really good. I don't think he's winning a striking fight with Josh Van. I think Josh Van's going to win this fight because of that. I'm probably not going to bet it. I don't want to bet Josh Van as a big favorite, like a really big favorite for.
He's like a minus 150.
Yeah, money's come in, I guess, on the other side, but I don't know, because the line was over minus 200 at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was close to it. I saw Durden at plus 150, I think.
Yeah. I think when I recorded my video, it was closer to that. But yeah, man, I just don't want to I don't want to bet on Van as a favorite in a fight where if Durden comes out with the right game plan, he's probably going to win.
Yeah,
but I don't think Durden's going to come out with the right game plan. We've seen it a lot where wrestlers fall in love with their hands, start having some success, looking really good, and somebody in Durden's camp probably said, dude, you looked great until you got knocked out against Silva, which he did. It's not wrong. But instead of like, hey man, why don't you wrestle? Go back to your wrestling. Resort to the striking if the wrestling's not working. That's what you need to do.
I think this is the fight. He knows he needs to do that.
Does he?
Like, I think he does. I hope he does. Because if he doesn't, then I will never bet Durden again.
Yeah.
Just because he has no fight IQ and no game plan. Ever.
I'm afraid he's fallen in love with the striking. So I'm going to take Van as a pick, but I'm staying.
I'll give him one more chance. You know, I'm that type of guy. I give everybody one more chance. Why not?
I've been burnt by that too many times to do it. Like, I mean, I'll give him chances.
I'm giving another guy one more chance too in this card. We'll get to it, but yeah. I told myself I never would, but I'm doing it.
I think I know who it is too, and there's no way.
Let's see. Okay, guys, let's get to the bottom of this. Did Durden just fail to KO Schnell, or did he actually rock Schnell on the feet and force him into a sloppy shot? I think
it was that. Yeah, it was that. He forced him in a sloppy shot, absolutely, because he rocked him for sure. And
Schnell is no bum. Like, no, he just doesn't have a chin. Like, he's got good striking. He's got good submissions. He's got good grappling. His fight IQ and game plans and chin, like all of that together, it's just not a good thing. But he's very dangerous still. So,
yeah. The people that can just have a head like cement are the people that you're like, you know what? You can count on them to not get finished. But it goes away eventually.
That's about it.
Yeah, Schnell doesn't have that.
Durden Van, way too close of a bet for me. I mean, if you're on the dog, there's value.
There might be. It depends. If he shows up and doesn't just start shooting takedowns,
I know.
He's going to get knocked out.
I'm just hoping he's just not that dumb.
Fighters are dumb, dude. There's a reason
I know.
I have like an office job, man. Like, trust me, I'm dumb. I used to fight. I quit because there wasn't any money in it.
Did y'all hear the real reason why Mariah Carey left Canon?
I don't know anything about this.
Is this a joke?
I
feel like a joke.
Were they a couple? I didn't know they were a couple.
They were at some point. I don't remember.
All I remember is like Nick Cannon was on like Nickelodeon when I was a kid.
And he was on Wilden.
Yeah.
And Out. Wild. I don't remember that show.
Something like that.
I do remember it, but I don't remember.
And then Mariah Carey has the Christmas
song that you're gonna hear soon, or if you haven't already heard it.
It's already been going.
But I hate Ian Gary, but I think I will bet Ian Gary dog money if he pulls the upset. I could use the money to wipe my tears. There you go. Ming Shi is smart. She's a doctor. There you go. I'm all about smart fighters.
But if she was really that smart, if she's a doctor, why is she fighting?
That's true. You're gonna make way more money as a doctor.
It's so fun. It's so fun. I stand by this. There's no greater feeling that you'll ever experience than when you knock somebody unconscious, completely separate them from consciousness. Dude, that feeling is incredible.
Never did that.
If you ever do it, you'll understand. Like, I don't know what it feels like.
I'll get into a fight for my birthday. Let's do it.
Dude, it feels like insane. Like you're like through the roof for like hours afterwards. At least I was. I mean, whatever. But dude, and other people have said that too. I mean, after you probably do it a lot, it's probably no big deal, but like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Great, dude.
No, I bet it's a good feeling for sure. I mean, I'd be really pumped up too.
Yeah.
It's like hitting a home run in baseball for me. It's like,
probably.
Yeah, it's awesome. But maybe better because it's actually violence and stuff. So
yeah, dude.
The adrenaline's more going.
Something so primal.
Yep. Speaking of dumb fighters, Bryce Mitchell has a fight on this card. There you go.
Dude, I love Bryce Mitchell. That dude is so crazy.
He's wild.
He is something, man. He is something.
He's something. That's the word. All right, next fight, Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. We already broke this down a couple weeks ago, but what do you think?
Dude, I can't go against Eric. That's my boy. He's your boy too, so I can't go against Eric. Plus,
he's Cody's boy. He ain't my boy.
Oh, he's your boy. He's everybody's boy. That's his name. Your boy.
Nope.
Yeah,
not my boy.
I'll get out of here with that nonsense. I think Anders is probably going to win. I think he's probably going to knock him out. Honestly, like I know everybody's like big on Weidman after the like eye pokes, just that like took out Bruno Silva. Dude, Bruno Silva's done. Like that dude's been done for a while.
Yeah,
he's done. So like that's not that good of a win anymore. I picked Bruno Silva against Chris Weidman, thinking that Weidman was more done.
But
he still might be, actually. It's just those eye pokes.
Can I just throw out that Eric Anders Jamie Pickett fight?
Dude, he won. Who cares? Like, I mean,
he got dropped
closer than it should have been.
By Jamie Pickett.
Yeah, but like, dude, I think Jamie Pickett could drop Weidman at this point. Like, Weidman's super not terrible anymore.
Ain't no way.
I
Jamie
like
Pickett is one of the worst middleweights ever.
One of, maybe, yeah.
One of top
but
3.
At the same time,
100%.
even a broken clock strikes twice a day, and he landed a good shot. So, I mean, it was good. I mean, it was a good shot. But I think, and plus, this should be Anders' first fight, like, completely clean and sober. So, at least first fight in a long time. I don't know. Maybe his earlier ones. So that should help him too. I think he's gonna be way better here. I probably won't bet the fight because I also know I'm biased because I'm a really big fan of Eric Anders, and like we're kind of buds now. Like ever since I interviewed him for the channel, we now message every now and then. So we're boys. But no, really, I think Eric's like, I think he's going into this with the right mindset. I know he had food poisoning a few weeks ago, but like it's food poisoning. Like he's okay now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're not cutting as much either. I think this fight's supposed to be at 195. Is that right?
Okay. Yeah, 195.
I think also, that actually,
Eric's the better athlete too. That's gonna help.
Oh yeah. I just think the better fighter, even at their ages, is Chris Weidman.
Maybe, doubt it, but maybe.
You know what I do like though in this fight? I like this fight to go over 2.5 rounds. I don't think there's going to be a finish at all. I mean, if there is a finish, it might be early, but I don't think Weidman's going to finish Anders. But Anders has a chance to finish Weidman early. That's about it. Because he does have crazy power in his hands if he lands. That's the only thing. But
I think what's going to happen is Weidman shoots a takedown and gets stuffed, and he still has his hands on the mat, and Anders just boots him in the face.
That'd be funny.
He does that, like 100%, whether it's legal or not. He'll just throw.
Well, yeah, he did it. Who was it? Illegal
the
knee.
Darren Stewart fight, where
Yep.
But then also, like,
it wouldn't have been an illegal knee though, right? Now I can't remember if there was it.
So, yeah.
Was it his hand down or was his knee down? I can't remember which is which.
Dude, I don't remember. That was so far back.
I know. I remember it, but I don't remember it.
He'll just throw. And like the thing that made me a big fan of him was the time he nearly killed poor Tim Williams by punting his head off. And the only reason that strike was allowed was because it was in the state of Nebraska, where one hand down still meant you were up. You had to have two hands down at that time in Nebraska. And he had one hand down and he like punted this dude's head off. And he just threw it like he didn't like whatever, let's just see. And like, so I think that's what's going to happen, but if it goes over, I'll know you were right on that.
Okay. Well, I'm going with Weidman. I was on Weidman before. I had a Weidman ticket at plus 140. I was kind of mad that fight fell off last minute, but now it's a pick 'em. I think actually Weidman's a little bit of a favorite now. But I do think this fight will play out close. I do think it does go to decision. I just think Weidman just gets the better of him. I think he might be he's the guy I think will be better later in this fight. I don't know. It's just going to be really close, but I'm just going to go with Weidman still. I don't want to change my pick.
Yeah.
Not that I want to. I just don't like changing my picks once I'm like set, and then I don't change ever. So Weidman it is. Sticking with it. Yeah, we'll see. I think Anders is the better athlete. You're right. I just think Weidman might be the better fighter. So we'll see what wins.
At one point he was.
Yeah. But I
mean, he was a world champion. So at one point he was by far the better fighter.
Yeah.
Don't know that he still is.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
That's what we came here for.
All against Tavares.
Well, Tavares, I think, would beat Anders for sure.
Maybe. I mean, but like
I think he would for sure.
But that's like what we're comparing it to is like, because we can't compare the Silva fight. That's just not like you can't really.
No, because that fight was weird in the beginning part, anyways, and then all the eye pokes.
Poked him in the eye like how many times?
Yeah,
dude should have been disqualified, not awarded a win.
I'm just trying to look and see. Man, I don't know. It's going to be a fun. It's going to be interesting fight.
It's going to be interesting.
That way. I don't learn a lot. Fun's a little bit too much. Interesting fight. Yeah. I think it goes to decision though. I don't know.
It could. I think if Weidman wins, it does.
Yeah. Was listening to Chris on the Mighty Cast today. He is so effed up from injuries. I couldn't trust him to beat any middleweight, even if he rematched Silva. I mean,
yeah, right?
Maybe. Ivan's going to lose by decision. That's funny. Chris also spilled some info on Smith not being able to take leg kicks like at all.
Anthony Smith? Yeah, that's true. He can't take leg kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all knew that.
He's not going to get the Madison Square Garden robbery. This was his shot to beat Anders. I mean, yeah, it might have played to give him a little bit more motivation, but maybe the motivation now is, he's mad and he wants to prove a point. I don't know. You can always find motivation. You just have to find it. There's always some stupid motivation, that one little dinky thing. You're like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm doing it because of this. Guess who had the last high school wrestling coach like Anders that got submitted by an old BJJ black belt wrestler that didn't have a sub in ages? Tim Means getting subbed by Court McGee. Same spot.
Okay. I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if that's the same.
I was all over Court McGee, though. All over Court McGee.
I passed on that fight. That was a stay away spot. I'm staying away from
Court McGee was the underdog, right?
Pretty sure he was.
Actually, he was like plus 180. Yeah, he was. I think if I remember. I was all over Court McGee in that fight.
Huh. Yeah, that's a strange one. Like that one, I don't know why.
I didn't think he would sub. I didn't think it would look like that, but
no. I thought we'd get a boring decision, but
yeah, I thought so too.
Because I thought McGee, if McGee won, I thought we'd get a boring decision because that's what he did.
Sprinkle Weidman sub 2-3.
I don't know about that one.
Oof. Problem is Chris can't shoot takedowns. His knees are completely He'll
shoot a harded one if he needs to, and he's going to get his head punted.
He could.
His knees are shot, man.
Admit Weidman to the nursing home. Finally, Anders, please. We'll see. This could be his last fight. It could be.
Anders might just make it that.
See, my thing was when this fight was supposed to happen at Madison Square Garden is he was going to win and then he was going to retire. Like, I bet you that was his plan. Like, he wanted to win in his home state in the biggest stage he probably had other than being a champion and call it a day. And now
he wanted to retire with his buddy Stipe too.
Yeah. And now he can't. And I'm sure he's pissed. So maybe he does want to win and maybe he'll retire then. I don't know.
If it is
still a pay-per-view.
Though, that's a good question. I don't know because it takes away a lot of the things that. I mean, can Weidman even like get around on the ground like that anymore? Like I don't know.
But Anders isn't.
He's been doing a lot of jiu-jitsu matches.
He has been doing a lot of grappling matches.
And he's not super good at the jiu-jitsu yet, but like he's improving. Like he's not bad by any means. He's getting there. I don't know. I think I actually would favor Anders because honestly, like then you take away the chance of him getting rocked. And I think on the mat, his physicality would just be too much for, a guy that's kind of just
Don't you dare say he's 40 years old.
Well, I mean, not only is he 40 though, but like the dude's got so many injuries. Like it's not just 40. It's like you 40 versus Chris Weidman 40 as far as like who's got the better bill of health. Dude,
I put my life savings on myself.
Like he might have better cardio than you, but
maybe
he's got. I mean, yeah, maybe, but like, dude's got horrible knees. His leg was literally snapped in half. Like, dude,
yeah,
his legs are hard to work. That's why he doesn't shoot very many takedowns. That's why he just goes for the eye pokes.
Well, I mean,
and I did tell Eric,
whatever works.
You got to do this to stop the eye pokes.
Yes, do something. Put your face. Because then put your hand on your face. Something.
You can't do it. You see. Oldest trick in the book.
I didn't know that worked like that.
Works just like that.
UFC AARP fight, 100%. Love it. Monorail, what's up, man? Has Chris Weidman won in New York yet? It's a good question.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't think he ever won at Madison Square Garden, so probably no. I don't think he ever fought there.
Actually, no, he couldn't have before he got to the UFC because it wasn't legal. No, he probably hasn't. Because New York didn't legalize it. He probably won in New Jersey and stuff, but not New York.
Yeah. Weidman has an elite from Headlock Series under Dana Herr.
Okay, that's fair.
Yep.
I think he was saying front Headlock Series, actually.
Oh, front.
I think that's what he was going for.
Gotcha. That's why I read it and I was like, okay. I don't know. But...
Autocorrect probably got him.
Yep. Get you every time.
Disappointment.
Yep. I mean, I think it goes to decision for sure. That's my hope, 100%. Your boy is halfway out the door too. Yeah, both these guys I think are a little out, half in, half out in a way. But I just think Weidman might just have a little bit more at this time motivation because I do think that was going to be the fight that he wanted to retire and he wants to win. And I still think he has it, but maybe it backfires on him. I don't know.
Damn, if Eric retires, I'm gonna have to find another.
I don't think he's gonna retire. I think it was Weidman that was gonna retire.
There's a chance they both retire.
I mean, it's true. There is a chance. We'll see. Yes, front headlock. I can't spell. There you go. All right. Next one, Randy Brown versus Bryan Battle. This is going to be a fun one. I think it's my turn. I'll go with that. I'm going to go with Battle, but I'm not super confident. I am confident, but I'm not like running to the table to bet this fight either. I do like Randy Brown as a striker. He's one of those guys. He does use his range very well. He likes to stay at range. He does have solid grappling if it needs to happen. He doesn't initiate it normally. He's got good cardio. He can be rocked sometimes he throws naked leg kicks, and he can get rocked right away. But Battle, man, he is evolving as we speak, and I'm not gonna jump off that train yet right now. I'll tell you that. He pushes forward, which is going to limit Brown's, keep staying at range, and that's what he wants to do. And Battle is just all volume, and he can take punches, and he can wrestle if need be. He can grapple if need be. Like, his only problem really would be takedown defense against very good wrestlers, but this isn't the fight that you have to worry about that. It's going to be probably a striking fight. If there is going to be some grappling wrestling, I see it on the Battle side, but I don't think he needs to do it too much unless he gets hurt. That's the only thing. So I like his pressure, Battle's pressure. I like his pace. I think he's going to throw more volume. He's going to keep Brown guessing. He doesn't like being pressured on his back foot. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go with Battle, the younger guy. And I'm going to say like round 3 decision. I think I said decision, but I could see a round 3 stoppage though. What do you think?
I'm very confident in Battle. Okay. I think he's getting this done. I'm not like Chase Hooper level confident. Like they're like Randy Brown.
What, you don't think Bryan Battle should be minus 1,000?
No, minus 1,000's a little crazy. Okay. I do think the line is fine where it's at. I think it's fair. I think he's gonna win in a pretty high clip. His volume's far better. His durability's better. I think his grappling's better. I think he's better pretty much everywhere. But Randy Brown is still very good. Yeah. So it's not a sense that Randy Brown doesn't have the tools in his toolbox to actually win this fight. He does, but it's so that's why it's different. Like that's why Hooper is minus 1,000, because Clay Guida at this stage in his career doesn't have the tools to finish to beat Chase Hooper at this point in his career. He doesn't have the tools to win. However, Randy Brown has the tools, but they're showing up to the job site and Battle's got like a whole freaking fleet behind him. Whereas Randy Brown's got it, like he's got a pretty big toolbox out there, but he's working on his own. Battle's got it all. Like the guy, he's got, and the grappling thing, I get it. The battle versus Renat fight was a little bit weird because he took it on super short notice. People forget
was his first fight at 172?
It might have been, but he also
I think it might have been
was super sick. I think he had the flu on that. He took it on short notice and had the flu. So like, because he was talking about it on Rampage's podcast, Rampage Jackson's, and like.
His second fight, and he did take it on short notice. Yeah,
it was super short notice, and he was super sick. So it's like, all right, because like if you watch him fight Petrowski when on the Ultimate Fighter, he had no trouble with that wrestler. And I mean, like, Renat's probably better than Petrowski, but at the same time, like, he didn't have any trouble whatsoever. So I think that was like, I feel like if they ran that fight back, I would probably get Battle as an underdog, and I'd be betting him. So
yeah, I would too.
Yeah, I think Battle also is improving drastically. I think Randy Brown's a finished product at this point. He's very good, don't get me wrong, but I think he's a finished product, and I think Battle's getting better every fight, and I think he's going to be way too much for Randy Brown. And one thing I don't like about Randy Brown is he does the lean back defense because he's so tall. Yep. So just kind of, and it just is not going to work against Battle because Battle's not that much shorter.
Yeah.
Not much. So, yeah, I got Battle. It's really, really confident, actually.
Okay. I like it. Yeah, I don't have a bet on this fight, but like I said, I don't mind the round 3 decision prop for him. Do you think he finds a finish, or do you think it was a decision?
I definitely think he can find a finish. I think the lean back's going to cost Randy Brown, and I don't know what round it comes in either. I want to say probably, like, I want to say later because, like, you know, I want to give Randy Brown the credit, but if you look at what Battle does, the dude starts right out of the gate and just doesn't take any time to waste. Like, dude's ready to go. So I could see it being early. So like, I'm just money line. I got it before the line got crazy, but
there you go.
It's still -1 something or another. But
there you go. I like that for sure. Dixon likes battle by decision. There you go.
Good.
3-7 in the last 10. 5-4-1 last 10 sounds like a bum fight. Probably the other fight. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely not this one.
It's an old. I don't want to say an old timer fight, but it's one of those fights.
Plus, I know Nate Brown's the biggest Bryan Battle fan in the world, so
I think Randy just gonna avoid and stall and try to point fight.
That ain't gonna work.
He's gonna lose then.
Yeah, he's gonna get destroyed by Battle trying to do that.
We got UFC. I am back. Will you not welcome me? Welcome UFC. I'm welcoming you. Let's go Battle. There we go. Appreciate you coming out, hanging out. Battle sub has been my call since day one. I'm sticking to it. I don't mind it.
Sure could.
The only fights Battle hasn't gone for takedowns is the Sato fight, Green, and Renat fights for all Abia.
Yeah.
Did he try to who was the other fight? I'm trying to think of. He didn't really go for takedowns. Ange Lusa.
The one they just had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't go for takedowns, did he?
One and got him up against the cage and then just started.
Did he go for one for Ange Lusa too? I thought he was all just pressure too.
Shoot, now I don't remember if he shot a takedown against Lusa. I think he shot one. Maybe.
Okay. Maybe. I don't remember. Off top of
my head. Because he does usually mix his martial arts very well.
Yeah.
But like, I mean,
that's what I like about him.
So
he has good game plans.
Yeah.
He sticks to a good game plan.
And even though he always asks if you know what he's saying, dude's smart. Like, when somebody asks that all the time, you're like, this guy's probably dumb, but he's actually pretty smart. So as far as his game plans go.
I don't see this fight as a landslide at all. I'll sleep easily picking Brown at the plus 180. I'm saying, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I think this fight could play out close. And Brady Brown's not a bum. So
he's not.
It was his second welterweight fight, and it was 11 days short notice, and blew his knee out a week out and got sick. There you go.
Yeah, you had a lot going
That's a lot going on.
There you go.
Hangry Dana, what's up? Johnny, circling back on the pop culture topic of today regarding as to why Mariah dumped Nick was because a Orlando Brown video came out where he admits to having a body part of his inside Nick's.
Oh my.
Who's Orlando Brown?
Yeah, who is Orlando Brown?
Is that a football player?
I have no idea who Orlando Brown is. Ask Nate Brown if they're related.
Okay, there you go.
Or maybe he's related to Nate Brown.
Video went viral. Oh, well, it's probably one of those Diddy parties, right?
Wait, a video of like them saying that, or a video of like actually being inside?
I mean, I'm assuming it's actual.
Cool.
World wild. That's all I gotta say about that.
I don't know who Orlando Brown is.
I think the only Orlando Brown that I know is he's a football player, or he was a football player.
Yeah. Now when Brown's dipping down, like, is he talking about Orlando Brown, or is he?
I don't know.
Just kidding.
Now it's getting crazy. Brown tips down super low on the exit a lot too, and that head kick on the exit is right there. Yep. MMA Ricky, what's up? MMA Ricky, appreciate you coming on. What's up, my dudes? Let's go. Tell some of your bets. You've been killing it lately. I see. As always, Dana's up to date with the pop culture of today.
I am not. So
he got Lusa down and into mount. Oh, I don't remember that. Did he?
I don't know. I forgot most of that fight because all I remember is
I was so pissed because I had battle.
And that was another one that like I don't feel like it has any relevance to this fight. I rewatched the Giuseppe fight, and then I rewatched the Sato fight, but more just because I wanted to see that. But yeah, no, it was like there's a couple of fights where like you kind of just got to disregard them. That was one of them because like the stylistic matchup's so different. But yeah, I mean, he might have got. I think he did get him down actually. Now that Nate mentions it, that sounds right.
Yeah, I mean, all I remember that fight was Battle was putting on a beating. Like, and I'm like, I don't have to watch that fight because I already know what happened. Like, I know what was going to happen. He was going to get finished eventually.
Yeah, I remember the way out more than the fight. Like where they're shouting at each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Love Battle. I think this time Brown can catch him in the way out. Okay. All right. I don't hate it. I hope it doesn't happen, but I don't see it. JJ Evans with a $10 Merry Christmas donation. Thank you very much. As always, next 6-pack of Miller Lite. I will buy a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Appreciate it, JJ Evans. But I appreciate the donation for sure. Not related. Orlando Brown is totally a normal guy. I let him babysit my kids. Ooh, boy.
I still don't know who he is.
Not that I heard that stuff. Ain't no way.
Yeah,
I had kids. Ain't no way, boy.
I don't have any kids.
I mean, that's what I'm assuming. Orlando Brown is an American rapper, actor, and singer. He's best known for his role as Eddie Thomas in That's So Raven, Cadet. Okay. Major Payne. Cadet.
Yeah.
Tiger Dunn.
Oh, Family Matters. Okay. I'm familiar with Family Matters.
Oh, I think I know who that is now.
I had no idea.
I think I do. I think I know who that is. But still.
I can see the face now.
Weird.
See it.
Battle's gonna smoke Randy like a piece of chicken.
Exactly. Dixon's got it.
Orlando Brown's married to Katy Perry.
Man, how do you do that?
Perry. Is it Katy Perry or Cat Perry? Is that two different people, or is it the same person?
Katy. I think you meant to put Katy. Maybe not. Oh. If there's a Cat Perry, I don't know who Cat Perry
is. You're thinking of Orlando Bloom. Katy Perry.
Oh. She's kind of dumb, but she's got some very good assets.
Yeah. I can't say no to that.
And she has that one song about the plastic bag that I think I hate it because every time Kendra and I are out doing something and there's like a plastic bag, she'll sing that, and I'm just like, get out of here with that plastic bag. I don't know. She asked if I feel like a plastic bag. You know what I mean? The Katy Perry song. Say it.
I don't know any Katy Perry song other than the.
You do too. Get out of here. Don't act too
just
cool.
Kissing girls and she likes it. That's about it.
I just can't.
How do you not know? But all right, next one we're moving up to is Movsar Evloev versus Aljamain Sterling. Who do you like?
I'm gonna catch so much for this. Everybody loves Movsar because they're like, he's gonna win for sure. But guys, I think you just hate Aljo. Like, the dude only lost to O'Malley, and like that's not a bad loss. I think O'Malley is a tough fight for anybody that is dependent on the takedown. The Merab fight, maybe not, but I don't know. Even that's different. Aljo's legit on the ground, and I don't think Movsar is just going to be able to control him the whole fight, because when you look at Movsar, yes, he's winning these fights, but I've seen that guy in way too many bad positions where, like, if you get Aljo in one of those, I think he could capitalize on it. So if you're giving me Aljo at over plus 200, I'm going to take him. I got to pick Aljo. Dude's legitimately like championship quality. He is the longest reigning bantamweight champion we've had in probably ever, actually. Right? I mean, like,
Yano was for a while too.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, Aljo had a lot of defenses. 3.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Something like that. But yeah. So, like, dude's legit. And even though some of those were sketch, I get it. But still, like, I think he's very good. I think Aljo wins this fight. If it was like a 50-50 money line, I would be passing. But because, like, it is close. I think Aljo is the better grappler. He's not a better wrestler, like pure like wrestler. I think he's a better grappler. And on the feet, I think it's pretty close. And I just think Aljo's fought probably the better level of competition. I mean, there's some good ones for Movsar, but Aljo's fought the who's who. And I know it was at bantamweight, but still, yeah, I'm taking Aljo.
I feel you. I don't hate it. I'm on Evloev though. I just, like you said, I just think he's just, the wrestling is going to play a little bit of a part here. It's going to, I don't want to say negate Sterling's grappling, but I think it does, because we've seen, like you said, we've seen Movsar in some very bad spots with the grappling against Diego Lopez, and he was able to get out of those. Now, if he's able to get out of, but if he's able to get out of those, I mean, I'm, other than the back take, that's Aljo's like bread and butter.
Dude, if he takes his back, he's not leaving. You know?
Yeah, I mean, Aljo's gonna win that round, or he's gonna get a submission for sure. But I think, but I do think Movsar knows that, and this could actually play out being a striking fight, honestly, which would be interesting. But if that happens, it's gonna be close,
very close,
close,
plus 200 something at that point.
But I don't think so. I think there is going to be some wrestling and some grappling going on. And if it does get to the mat, I think it's going to be Movsar is the one that's going to get the takedowns. And I just don't know if Sterling is going to be able to reverse it or get up or what. We'll see. This is why we got to see it.
I just can't envision Aljo being held down for 3 rounds.
I don't think it's going to be 3 rounds.
Even 2.
I think, but
he's going to have to do it for 2.
I mean, he could win the striking. I don't think Aljo's striking is all that great.
I don't think so either, but like at the same time.
Not to say that it's like it's night and day, one side or the other, but I think the well-timed takedowns might help. I don't think Masvidal is going to go in there and like just wrestle him for 3 rounds and make it look easy. It's going to be close.
I think if he lays on him for 3 rounds, I will be so shocked.
I would be shocked.
I also wouldn't be surprised if Aljo went out and shot a takedown first.
I can see that, but I just don't know if Aljo struggles to get takedowns. He has to like really work for them up against the cage. He never gets them like out in open space or anything like that. Like,
but
even against
one, gets him against the cage and stays there for the round, he probably wins the round.
Yeah, I hate that though.
I know it's like that's why everybody wants to pick against Aljo, is because they don't want him to do that.
I don't hate Aljo though. I just I picked him in a few fights, but I don't know.
I don't ever fault somebody for picking a fighter. I'm not trying to say like you should switch or anything. I'm just like,
no.
Think about these.
I mean, I'm not going to, and but it's like, the way I see it is I just think the wrestling is going to be a little too much for Aljo to do anything. Not to say that he can't, but I'm going with Evloev to win by decision. I think this fight goes over 2.5 for sure. That's probably the best bet to do.
I think it goes over at a pretty high clip.
Yeah.
I think the finish equity would be on the Aljamain side.
Yeah.
So I guess
sub.
I wonder what we could get on a decision no action play for Aljo, because I think that's pretty safe. I don't see him finishing Aljo. Like, he's not.
Mafar hasn't finished anybody in like years.
Right. And O'Malley's like the only person that's going to just knock out Aljo. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, like, you're not going to get that from Mavsar.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the decision no action bet right there is probably like safe.
Yeah, I think it's safe too.
But I'll have to look at that.
We got Saba in the house. What's up, Saba? He made it. Appreciate you as always, coming out riding with Aljo. All right.
Heck yeah, let's go.
All right, Saba. I see where you're
Let's go.
MMA Ricky loves Aljo, but he's got everywhere. I think he's just a little bit better everywhere. I agree. I think he's just a little bit better everywhere. Striking might be close. I
think the grappling leans Aljo. I get the wrestling.
The grappling does, but what negates grappling though? Wrestling. Very good wrestler. But I do think he is a very good wrestler.
Pressure, and we've seen him get reversed before. Is the problem?
Yeah,
Lopez did it, and
I know, but it was a short notice fight, and we didn't really even know how good Diego Lopez was until that fight.
Right, but
so it kind of probably surprised him. It surprised the fuck out of me.
More of an asshole. Like, if he would have just snapped his knee in half, they would have stopped that fight. Like, he had that knee bar, and he was cranking it here. If he tucks that knee under the armpit, that knee is going the opposite way. And
I don't know why he didn't do it. He should have. That's bad.
I would have. I don't know why you didn't either. Break that dude's leg, dude. You just cement yourself in for like a title shot at that point. If you just go in there on like a day's notice and snap this dude's leg in half, dude. And Evloev, it sucks for him. His career would have probably been like really set back, maybe even over. But at the same time, why don't you? Like, come on, man.
I mean, if you're not going to tap and you're there, might as well do it. You know what I mean?
If you are pulling on a knee bar and the time is running out and this guy's not tapping, put it under your armpit. That knee's going in too.
Yep. How do you guys feel about Ensign split? Yeah.
Definitely.
I can see that 100%.
Definitely. I hope you get a good
This is one of the fights, if you like to do those props like that, this is definitely one of the fights. Another fight, I think, is Weidman versus Anders. I think that could split too. So
definitely.
There's 2. Aljo is 35. His time is over. Masvidal's win. I think Aljo has a little bit of gas left, but he's getting there.
35 yet is the thing.
Yeah. And I'm glad that he moved up because, 135 was tough for him to make, especially he's getting older. But, I wasn't really a big believer in Aljo at 145, but we'll see. This is a good test.
Mm-hmm.
UFC hates Aljo. That's true. They do.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people too. I don't hate him. He's not my favorite, but I don't hate him.
Yeah, I'm pretty neutral towards him.
Yep. Let's see. We got Jumbo Loco in here. Hey guys, I got to work, but I made it. There's 10 bad mofos in Arkansas, and 9 of them call Bryce Mitchell, sir.
You're damn right. Let's go.
That's
Thug
funny.
Nasty. Let's get it.
Should have done him like Dubronx did Ferguson. Yeah, Dubronx did not care. I'm surprised Ferguson held on. That was wild.
He should have done that. Absolutely, he should have.
Yep.
Snap that shit too.
Next one, Vicente Luque versus Temba Garimba. And I believe it's my turn. Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go.
Okay. Doesn't matter. We'll both do it.
So this is the fight where I said I would never pick this fighter, and I'm doing it. I don't know why, but I'm going with Vicente Luque. I just think on paper, he is the better fighter. This is a big step down for Luque. And I know Luque looked like crap against Buckley, and he looked like he wanted to quit, and I think he did. But Garimbo, huge step up in competition. I don't think he's dangerous whatsoever. Maybe if he lands like a straight right down the middle, like he did against Pete Rodriguez, but Pete Rodriguez is not UFC level.
Durable, though, typically.
True. But he took a lot of damage. But I think Luque, I think he can. I think he's a better striker, obviously, I'm going to say. It just depends on what Luque we're going to get. And it's hard to, assume which one we're going to get. But on paper, I'm going on paper here. I got to go Luque. I just have to. But I'm not betting this fight whatsoever because I don't trust him. But I'm going to pick him. I ain't trusting him with my money, though. But, I mean, Garimbo has a chance to win. I think if he wins by decision. I think Luque has all the finishing equity here. And I think he can also win a decision. And he's dog. And like I said, not betting it because I don't trust him. But I'm going to ride with him one more time. If he does me wrong, he's out. What do you think?
I think Luque's kind of done, man. I hate to say it, done.
That stupid Buckley fight. If it didn't go down the way it did, I think a lot of people would be on board with Luque. It just looked like he looked like he quit. Right? Like he knew early on, like he either was going to lose the fight, and he's like, I don't care, whatever, I'm going to get taken down.
He's afraid to get hit now.
Yeah, but this is, like I said, Demba's not dangerous unless.
I mean, he hits pretty hard, dude.
It was just the one Pete Rodriguez, and his head was right in the way. He didn't even move his head, and he's not UFC level,
dude. Luque doesn't. He's afraid to get hit. If Garimbo hits him, the dude's gonna he's just gonna. That's it. He's gonna go home. I don't want to say he's gonna quit, but like something very similar to that. Like he's not just gonna start tapping into strikes. Probably, maybe. I doubt it. But like, dude, he doesn't want to fight anymore. I don't know why he's still fighting. I thought he should have retired after he realized that. Or his coaches should have been like, dude, you just need to not fight. Like, go do some grappling competitions or go do coach or something. But dude, I understand he gets paid pretty well from the UFC, so I get why he's still fighting. Nah, I can't pick him. I'd pick him over somebody horrible, but Garimbo's not horrible. And he is dangerous. And
I don't think he's dangerous at all.
Yeah. I think Garimbo's got it. I don't think you have to even be that dangerous. I think it's just one of those things where if he lands a shot, I feel like Luque is gonna say, oh, that's not good, my brain. And I don't blame him. I would be worried about that too. Dude, if I had severe brain damage, I would be severely worried. But yeah, dude.
All right, we'll see. So it's why we're here. We gotta watch the fights and see how they go. Like I said, I'm giving one more chance.
I'm still afraid to bet on Garimbo because but if this line flips, I know a lot of money's coming in on Luque. Dude, if the line ends up flipping or something, that would be Garimbo was all the way down to 150 yesterday, and I don't know what he's at now.
Plus 130 for Vicente.
That's crazy. Because
I just think it's on paper. If you look on paper,
for sure.
But
on paper, Chuck Liddell's great. But
now, if the lines were flipped, everybody would be on Garimbo.
If that line flips, I'm betting Garimbo for sure.
Well, yeah, it makes sense because you want to bet Garimbo as a favorite. I know he's not a crazy favorite, but
yeah,
are you that confident? Who's that confident? I'm not.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's only a pick because I know that Luque is not quite there anymore. It's not quite him.
We'll see. I'm giving one more chance. Buckley is way more dangerous than Dembo. Maybe that's why he was scared and he wanted to quit. Give me Luque. All right. Just saw Mitchell at plus 7.5. That's crazy. The only right answer is Luque by sub. He's got that good Darce choke.
Maybe, but
he could do it. He could.
I think that's his best path.
Dembo really doesn't have a good UFC win.
Yeah, but he's beaten everybody that put in front of him except for the first fight.
Except AJ Fletcher.
Yeah, well, that was his first fight. Dude was not even training at the point, really.
Yeah, we'll see. Yes, Johnny, but Luque doesn't smell what The Rock is cooking. That's true. He did get a free house. Gotta give him that. Guerrero fought tooth and nail with Sato, lost to AJ Fletcher. We've seen both these guys get finished by battle. Yeah.
Fair.
Skill versus skill. Luque's better, but this version of Luque versus this version of Guerrero wins all day.
There you go.
No, about that.
Gumbo Loco is
all day?
All day. It's not because...
Do you have a bet on... I just want to know if you have a bet on Guerrero.
So technically, he's the D-Gen leg of my Patreon parlay.
That's true.
The D-Gen leg's always a super risky one, but like either way, like like Luque's just not Luque anymore. We gotta forget old Luque.
I'm just saying this fight nobody should bet on it because the odds aren't even right.
Right.
Like there's really like nobody's fully backing Luque at dog prices. No one's fully backing Guerrero at favorite prices. The over-unders can be a little wishy-washy. This is just one of those fights you probably just don't want to bet.
It probably ends inside the distance, though.
You think?
Yeah.
I can see him. Oh yeah, Saba, we did talk about that earlier on. Yeah.
Word.
Pretty crazy. We were all looking forward to it. Now we have to wait a little bit longer. Yep. Guerrero is AJ Fletcher's only win in the past 3 years, and AJ has fought in the regional since he left the UFC and still lost. Yeah. But AJ Fletcher shouldn't be fighting at 170 either. I don't think.
Right.
He's just a small, too muscular lightweight. I don't believe in Luque at all. I mean, I don't either, but gosh, I'm gonna give him one more chance. Diaz had a better shot at beating. Okay. That's wild take.
Dude,
but I like it.
You're like doing some crazy stuff. I don't know about that.
Anthony Smith versus Dominic Reyes. I'm gonna let you start this one because I know who you're picking.
So like,
or maybe
I don't feel good about either of these guys at this point right now. But man, I gotta take Smith, and I know that's crazy, but I gotta do it.
You're crazy.
But like, dude, I can't. I'm not on board with Dominic Reyes all of a sudden because he got an early knockout win in his last one against a guy who's 1-4 in his last 5 fights.
Well, he is pretty durable.
Jacoby? Not anymore.
Yeah.
Dude, age caught him. Age has caught that guy.
What do you think about Anthony Smith?
He's still okay, you're going to say, oh, but what about Khalil? Dude, Khalil's a monster. Get out of here with that.
But Dominic Reyes is dangerous, dude.
Yeah, but he's also a glass cannon.
True.
Glass. And the only reason he didn't get knocked out by Jacoby is because he got to Jacoby first. Like, dude, I don't know. Like, if this line was a pick'em, totally different story. I got to take Anthony Smith. And here's a couple of things. 2 things. One, I love the camp change. He's now with Dean Thomas. Dean Thomas is the guy that took Jillian Robertson, who was a 500 fighter in the UFC, and turned her career to very successful as of recent. So Dean Thomas really elevated that woman. Now he's working with Anthony Smith. That means Anthony Smith's probably going to come in with a better game plan because he fixed Jillian Robertson's game plans. I think that's going to be good. Another thing that I think is going to motivate him. It's really sad, but I think it's going to motivate him. So I'm here in Omaha, so I know a little bit like the word on the street, things like that. His longtime jiu-jitsu coach, Anthony Smith, actually had a heart attack and died like a couple of weeks ago, which is really sad. But I feel like he's going to be ultra motivated for this fight. And I feel like that Anthony Smith does better when he's ultra motivated. And then other times he just doesn't show up whatsoever. I think he's going to get this one. And I'm not mega confident in Anthony Smith. I'm not going to bet Anthony Smith. I want to because he's a big underdog, but I might be disappointed. So but I do think he can get it done over Reyes. But gosh, do I feel like nervous about it.
Yeah.
I'm also biased because like I like the guy. So
yeah, this is kind of the thing that I was talking about with Michael Chiesa. Like, he's at the desk. Is he really fully into it? All that stuff. I don't think he is. He's gonna make a lot of money just to come out and show. He bought a lot with the UFC. Not to say that he doesn't want to win. He's not that kind of guy. But I just that's what I question. But then on the other hand, you got Dominic Reyes. Like, do I really trust his chin? No. But he's way I think he's more dangerous. And maybe his last fight was something that it could be his maybe second coming. Who knows? I trust that more so than Anthony Smith, like third, fourth coming. Let's put it that way. So, I mean, Anthony Smith has a lot of miles on him. A lot of experience, a lot of miles, though. And I'm not betting this fight at all because I'm not putting Dominic Reyes minus 340 in a parlay because that's just foolish to me. Unless you want to do inside the distance or knockout, maybe you can get close to, plus money. I don't even know what it is, but going with Reyes to win, I think he does find the knockout probably in the second, maybe early second round. But if this fight goes in the third, I think it's going to be up for grabs. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But I'm not betting this fight, though.
The thing that I think is interesting is like, if Anthony Smith goes out there and tries to start and actually uses some wrestling and gets his jiu-jitsu going, I think that'd be a smart move for him at this stage in his career.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping Dean Thomas gets that to him because that's what he did for Jillian Robertson. But then again, if he goes out and tries to strike with Dominic Reyes, I do think Reyes is going to be the better striker.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping that he tries, because Anthony Smith's grappling's legit. People don't
for sure.
They forget because they only see him on the bottom, and when he's on the bottom, it's hard to win a fight, which he's done actually. Look at Petrino. Everybody was on Petrino, But yeah, if he goes out there and starts shooting takedowns all of a sudden, and maybe even secures one, whoo, that could be a problem for Reyes. But then again, Reyes isn't a bad grappler. Don't get me wrong, but just a grappler, and he wouldn't have to have the worry of getting knocked out by that laser cross that Reyes throws.
Yeah,
that step back to a cross is whoo-wee. So
it's nasty.
Yeah, but yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, it's a scary fight to bet for sure. That's why I'm not touching it.
Yeah,
I've seen multiple people saying Temba is a lock. I don't think
not
there's
a lock
in that fight.
Definitely not a lock, but at the same time, dude, okay, come on.
Who?
Seriously,
what's her name? McKenna?
Well,
Corey
okay,
McKenna? I think she has the shortest.
In comparison to your torso, dude can't even reach his pockets unless he hunches over.
Want to bet Reyes by decision?
That'd be wild. Okay. It could happen.
It would be a good payout probably too. On paper, I got to go with Smith. I'll see myself out now. If Smith had any power, I would definitely take him. That's another thing too. He would have to land something super clean.
Dude, it's those elbows. It's the elbows.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And then, JJ said N3, he's from Nebraska, which is why you're picking him too.
He's is right down the street from me right now. So, well, not right now. Right now he's probably, out for a training camp, but
What's up, Paul? I'm going to say Amanda Hebus. I'm not going to go and but I know what you're saying. Did you say Rebus? Who said Rebus in here?
Ribis.
Sounds
like you're a frog or something. Ribis.
Smith does come with a do or die attitude. He can win, but if his focus is off, he probably dies.
Yeah. Right there. Nate's right about that. If he comes in with that, the Anthony Smith that's got a chip on his shoulder, every time he fights Ryan Spann, dude, right there.
If this is the fragile handle with care, don't stack or drop fight, 100%.
That's so bad.
100%. If Smith doesn't submit Petrino, he would be plus 800 dog here.
Yeah, but he did though, and he did it pretty easily.
Yeah. Well, Petrino's an idiot too.
Yeah, but he also cracked Petrino enough that made him shoot a stupid takedown.
If Reyes lands 4 leg kicks, Smith is going to quit.
That's true. The leg kick or toes. We haven't seen a lot of leg kicks from Reyes though, so
yeah. Smith by sub is never great there. That'd work. You talking about the Dean Thomas that coached that bum Jillian to 2 decisions in her last 2 fights. Jillian's too hot to blame, so I put the blame on Dean Thomas for that.
Just one dominant decisions. I don't know what's wrong with that. Also, call me crazy.
Crazy.
Thank you. But I feel like if Jillian didn't have red hair, people wouldn't think she's super attractive. It might be a hot take, but I think if her hair was just not red, everybody would be like, yeah, she's just a normal looking chick. I had a buddy of mine do this. I was like,
she's okay.
Look at her, zoom in on her face up close and take her hair out of the equation, and you're like, oh, she's just a normal looking chick. She's not very attractive now.
All right.
Don't get me wrong, she's not ugly, but she's I think the red hair is what wins people over.
It could be.
So hopefully she keeps dyeing her hair red for a long time.
It could be.
Yeah.
All right, we got the main card finally. We got Nate the Train Landwehr versus Do Ho Choi, and I'll go ahead and go for this one. Very tough fight for me to call, but I'm gonna side with my dude, Nate the Train. I just think he has more ways to win this fight. Now, what does worry me is Choi's power. If he does land, we've seen Nate get dropped, but he doesn't like completely go out. Like he recovers very well, but still that can win you around. But I think Nate's got the pressure. I think he's got the power to knock out Choi. I think this fight needs to drag into like the late second, third round before Nate can get a finish. I think Choi's opportunity is early. And if this fight goes to decision, I do favor Nate as well. But I'm going to be worried in round 1 for Nate. And if he gets cracked, he might not get up this time because Choi can crack. But I think the better overall fighter is Nate. I'm going to go with Nate. I'm not betting this fight. I'm going to watch it because there is a lot of risk involved in this fight. But I love Nate the Train. I hope he wins, and I hope we hear him on the microphone. So I'm going to say this fight goes to decision. I'm going to be a little crazy. Wouldn't shock me if there's a finish, though. But man, this fight's so close to call, and I don't blame anybody picking Choi. But if you want to pick Choi, I would bet him like KO. I just don't think he wins a decision. So, what do you think?
Look at that bicep. That's what I think. Nate the Train, dude. I got to take Nate, but like honestly, Choi's got to. Or is it Choi or is it Choi?
I think it's Choi.
Okay, because I know that like in Korean, Choi is often pronounced Choi, but I'm not sure if his is just Choi.
I'm just going to go straight American, and that's Choi.
Okay, we're going to go straight American.
We're in America. It's Choi.
So for Choi, he's got some of the best killer instincts that I think I've ever seen. Like this dude, when he hurts you, is all over you. Like he does not let you off the hook. So I could definitely see him winning. And if he does, it's probably that knockout. So I could definitely see it. But I also could see Nate just eating a couple shots, keep coming forward, and just breaking the guy because that's what he does. That's how he beats these guys. Like he's beating guys that you're like, there's no way he's gonna win this one, and you're like, oh, dude, he just won that one because he just keeps. But it's gonna catch up with him at some point.
Yeah,
this could totally be the fight because
it could be.
My goodness, does Choi have some of the most deadly knees in the clinch too, dude? If they get in the clinch, oh gosh, that's gonna be rough. He's gonna knee him in the chest so hard that the dude's gonna have like his like chest cavity come out his back. Like it's gonna be rough. So like, Choi could totally win this fight. It's a sit back and watch fight for me for sure. But yeah,
I don't even like the over unders here. I don't
think it goes to decision. I really don't.
Okay. I mean, I'm just going with my gut, but I could see it go under too. Like
because it's either Choi knocks him out, or Choi tries to knock him out because he's not going to go out there and just like play patty cake with him. Mm-hmm. And Nate weathers the storm and then beats him after that. And I don't imagine it goes to decision. I just can't imagine that. Like I can imagine it, but it's a pretty far-fetched imagination for me. So I might have to actually bet that it doesn't go, but I don't know what the line is right now. But yeah.
For what?
For it doesn't go to decision?
The under 2.5 is minus 140.
What doesn't go?
185 minus 185.
I don't want to do the under 2.5 because I'll watch it be like in this fight particularly, watch we get a late, front choke from Landwehr.
What?
In like
fight starts round 3 minus 120.
Oof. Yeah.
It's just round 1 you have to worry about. I think.
Dude, this fight can finish in any.
But then in round 3 you have to worry about it for Choi though. Like I'm worried for Nate in round 1, and I'm worried for Choi in round 3. Round 2 is like neutral for me. I don't know why. I think
in round 2, and so could Nate. Either guy could.
They could, yeah. But to me, like if I had to pick a round that I don't think there's going to be a finish, it's going to be round 2. I would say.
Yeah, I suppose.
But you just have to sweat out one round.
Yeah, I was hoping I could get fight doesn't go at Pick'em, but I guess not. That sucks. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it goes though. I don't. It could, but I don't think so.
Fight starts round 3. Okay, I'll remember that maybe. It's that half a round. It gets you every time.
Dude, it does.
Let's see. Daz Files. What's up, Daz? Nate, let's bleed. Maybe Nate round 3. I like Nate round 3.
I don't mind that at all. Nate
the Train. Let's go. Nate the Train. Nate the Train. My
so likable.
Bitch.
He's so likable.
I know. That's what it's not the reason why I picked him, but kind of.
Yeah, like you can't help
this
it.
Is a close
You're biased going in because he's just so freaking likable.
True, but like it's hard. Like you can tell I'm picking him, but I'm not betting him. So that's where my confidence level.
I bet him in most of his fights too.
Me too, but it's like not this one.
Yeah, like Nate the Train was the guy over there just like being brought in to lose to all them Russians over in like KSW and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They were bringing him in to lose, and he just kept beating them. And it's like, what? Like, this is because he was like, he be brought in because like, oh, we need to pick some like scrub off the American regional scene to come in here and
Mm-hmm.
lose to our guys so we can pad their record. And he starts beating these big prospects over there, and everybody, and then like that's what got him to the UFC. So like, dude, he's got the greatest story. Yeah, you can't not like the guy.
Yep, 100%. Ricky says Nate gonna put a pace on him and break Choi like he always does. Choi round 1 is his path, in my opinion. I agree.
Definitely
like early Choi, Nate late, middle to late decision.
New Boy Choi's a killer though.
Yeah, he's got power. That's what worries me. You're about to turn 40. Don't do the your heart. Sometimes I like to, just to make me feel alive. You know, you never.
Kind of like taking like a 9-volt battery and sticking it on your tongue.
Yeah,
for the
exactly. It's just like, whoa, okay, I'm still alive. Let's go. All right, we're gonna do it. Bryce Mitchell versus Crone Gracie. I think it's my turn. Shocker, going with Bryce Mitchell. He's gonna be the way better striker. I know it's crazy, but if this fight does get to the mat, I mean, Bryce is definitely gonna be a better wrestler. He probably won't be able to submit Gracie, I'm guessing, but I'm not gonna rule that out because I don't think Crone Gracie was all that great. I don't think Gracie really has a chance unless I'm gonna basically repeat what you said about Chase Hooper. I don't, unless something crazy happens like a banana peel. Like, I don't see Bryce. This is my fight. Like, there is no way Crone Gracie is winning this fight. This is a total setup fight for Bryce Mitchell to get back on track, ease his way in after getting literally almost killed in the ring against Josh Emmett. And Gracie's is nowhere close to dangerous as anybody in the UFC. His only danger is maybe getting any kind of submission. So Bryce Mitchell, I think he's good enough to be okay with that, and I think he wins this fight. I think this is the one that you should throw whatever you want down on. Easy peasy.
So the only reason I don't go that far is because of that knockout from Emmett, where we saw him just like, it was his last fight, and he like had a seizure in the ring and stuff like afterwards, and like
ain't no way Crone's gonna do that.
No, the only thing I could say is like, what did that do to the guy? So like,
but this is a perfect fight because he's not that guy.
It's true.
And I think the UFC did that on purpose.
Yeah, but like, dude,
this fight should never happen. No way.
Damage. Like, that could be life-altering damage.
It could be, but we'll see. But
so like but like, I seriously think he wins like
99 out of 100 times
easily. Yeah, but the only thing is like, what if he goes in there and he has a similar situation to like Luque, where like he gets hit once and he's like, oh my gosh, and then freaks out. So like, I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't. But like,
if that happens, Bryce just needs to retire.
But yeah, but I mean, Gracie might punch him once. Like, I don't think he's gonna punch him.
Might punch him once.
But yeah, no, honestly, like skill for skill, Bryce Mitchell's far better everywhere. And even in the jiu-jitsu, for MMA style jiu-jitsu, I think he's better there. Like pure like competition jiu-jitsu, I don't know, maybe not, but even then, maybe. Like, Bryce Mitchell's legit on the ground, dude. He's like super good. Like, I don't know. Like, people give Bryce like a hard time, that, you know, flat earther and whatever, but like, when he got Ilya to the mat, he had some success even. And like, you know, I mean, it's Ilya. That guy's fantastic. So, you know, like the guy can do on the mat well enough against just about anybody. It's in the striking he struggled. And well, like you said, Gracie's not going to win a striking match against anyone. So, yeah, I think Bryce Mitchell wins like pretty easily. I think he's safe for your parlays. Like, but I guess the only thing is like, what happens if he goes out there and he's afraid to get hit again? That'd be the only concern. And that's because that knockout was nasty. Like, dude literally had a seizure in the cage.
Yeah, definitely one of the most crazy knockouts for sure.
Yeah, that'd be the only reason. That's the only reason I didn't just like dump everything on that one. Like, open another sports book because I've already emptied the other one on Hooper.
Let's see, Crone Gracie. I think those little mopeds.
Because it's a scooter. It's a scooter. That's actually good. I was like, what's he going? Oh, yeah, dude.
Crone Gracie's a junkyard dog, though. Fight goes to decision.
I don't know.
Is he gonna boot scoot? Is he gonna boot scoot the whole time? Like, I guess.
I think if Bryce gets on top of him, he could finish him.
I think he could.
Mm-hmm.
Probably maybe ground and pound, elbows. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I just don't think he's gonna guillotine Bryce though. That's the thing. Like Bryce is a good enough grappler. He's not gonna get guillotined.
Yeah, I don't see it. It had to be something like maybe Bryce just gets caught. I don't think it's a guillotine. It had to be something like a ninja choke or something crazy.
Yeah, it'd be something legit. Like a guillotine's not gonna do it. Bryce knows how to get out of guillotines.
Kiwi can't back the Bible bashing.
Dude, what's wrong with eating squirrel? Dude, you ever had one?
I don't think he Bible bashed anything. He's just a little out there though.
Dude,
I think he's all about
pretty good, brother. Back off.
I've never had squirrel.
Tastes a lot like chicken.
Okay. Over 2.5. Okay. All right. It all depends if Bryce brings the Bible. That's true. We'll see. Maybe his girlfriend smashes cherry trees again. That's a wild story.
That big. But...
All right. Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. Who do you like here?
Okay. It's another one where it's like, if the line was pick 'em, maybe I'd be on the other side, but maybe not. Because, so these two fought once before, and everybody's like, oh, it's going to go the exact same. But I don't think it is. There's a few things different. One, the first time these guys fought, we didn't see any chinks in the armor whatsoever for Cyril Gane because he was undefeated. He was undefeated. Gane had not lost yet. He looked amazing in every single fight. He was running through these guys. And then, at the time, Volkov goes in, well, we haven't seen any weakness for the guy, so the game plan is going to be do what I'm best at, and that's try to strike with this guy. And it didn't work out for him, but he had moments. Everybody says it was like a total just like wash, but no, I mean, he had moments. Okay, what's changed since then? Well, we found chinks in the armor for Gane, and Volkov has kind of really become a real heavy, like a legit big heavyweight. Whereas before he was a little too slender, right? Now we got Swolkov, as the young ones are saying. And I understand that Cyril Gane should probably be the favorite, but I don't know if he should be this big of a favorite because I could see Volkov doing a little bit like he did in the first round of their fight and like having some decent success in the striking. And then also employing a wall install technique. And when you're, Volkov, he's a big dude. I think if he starts wall installing here, I think it's going to be boring. But I think he could cruise to a, 29-28 decision where it gets a little dicey at times. But I think he can press him against the cage and hold him there and make it boring. And at plus 210, 215, whatever. Yeah, I'll take Volkov. I'm not going to get all these big dogs correct. Definitely not. I mean, if I do, that'd be crazy. But I don't think that's going to happen. But I think I can hit 1 out of 3, and I'm going to take Volkov here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like the line on this one either. I'm going with Gane. I think it's too wide. I do like Gane striking, obviously. I think he's going to be quicker on the feet. He's got good footwork. I think he's going to throw more volume. Obviously, I think the power is going to be on the Volkov side. Maybe Volkov does go for some wrestling. I don't know. If he does, if that's the person who's going to do it. But bigger cage, I think this, it's going to be a close decision, I think. But I think it's just going to go Gane's way, 29-28. But
totally,
I know it's one of those fights where we already seen it happen. Usually the fight doesn't end the same way. If it's a rematch or, trilogy, whatever, it's never going to be the same. But actually, I think this is going to be the same. This is going to be one of those where it's going to be the outlier. Mm-hmm. So
the difference, though, with this one is it's a 3-round, not a 5-round. So we do have to take that into account. So the last one was a 5-round.
But even then, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Volkov does slow down a little bit later in round 3, but it just depends. Like, Gane's not really going to push the pace, though.
Not at all. Sometimes he's more too defensive, even.
Yeah, and he's more of I don't want to say point fighter, but he kind of is a point fighter.
Yeah, he's not one shot knocking people out, typically.
Yeah, he's
he's knocking people out
death by 1,000 cuts kind of guy.
Yeah, which is weird at heavyweight, but he does a good job with it. Mm-hmm. He's an excellent striker. He's the cleaner. He's the better striker of the two, the cleaner striker of the two, the more he has the more finesse to his strikes. But Volkov's a really good striker in his own right. We just saw what he did to Pavlovich. Sure. Cashed me a big bet there. So,
that is. Say. Michael likes Gane by decision. I don't hate it. Eating squirrel is good base for flat.
I'm not a flat earther, Kiwi.
But fathers.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I got Gane here. I think he's going to remind people how good he is again. Yeah. But, man, that line is so wide, though.
Dude, if
Volkov has a chance. So, Volkov sub?
If Volkov's got legit jiu-jitsu, he just doesn't have the wrestling to back it up.
Yeah. But Cyril Gane's
5 now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was like minus like 350 Gane. So let me look and see what he
Earlier
is
this
now.
week, it was like 215 when I made my.
He's minus 375. Dang, it's going up for Gane.
The line's
at
ridiculous.
this point, it's almost might as well take a shot on Volkov.
Or maybe even play a point spread. Can you play a point spread at this point? Yeah, you can on Bet Online already has
You
it.
could do plus 3.5 for Volkov, minus 105.
Dude, I might play that.
That might not be a bad bet. I don't think Gane finishes him. If he does, it's like round 3. But
yeah, I don't think Volkov's going to just get like demolished the entire fight. No.
I like that point spread.
I might play that. I might play that like as soon as we're done here.
I like it. Co-main event, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado Gary. I'll go ahead and go. I gotta go with Shavkat. Now, I do think this fight could play out close, but the biggest difference here is the grappling. I know Ian Gary showed off his grappling against Michael Venom Page, but this is a different beast. I think the striking is, fairly close. You can favor one guy or the other, but I think where the difference is going to be is Shavkat's grappling, his wrestling. If this fight does get to the mat, I think it's Shavkat all day. And I think it's going to eventually happen. Like, both guys are good. I know Shavkat said, like, in sparring, he subbed Gary and there was video proof, blah, 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 which I don't think he's lying, but
it's different.
Shavkat's a different beast. But if he can't get this fight to the mat, man, it's going to be so close. It's 5 rounds too. We've seen Shavkat kind of slow down in round 3, especially in the Jeff Neal fight. He did get the submission, but I mean, he was looking a little. He is a little hittable too. Both of
these guys trouble.
Yeah, and I mean Jeff Neal's good. I mean, but he's just not that good. But Shavkat, though, I mean, man, he's just a different beast, and I think this is his time. I mean, Gary's still good. I think his time is coming. I just don't think it's right now. So give me Shavkat to win. I'm gonna say he gets that sub though. Probably rounds 2 or 3. I wouldn't mind, like, if you'd play the like 2, 3, 4 sub on FanDuel, you can do that. I don't think this fight goes. I mean, if Gary wins, I think he can win a decision, but I don't think Shavkat's going to win a decision because I think he's going to find a submission eventually, and he's got 5 rounds to do it. But I do worry if this fight gets longer. I think I favor Gary's cardio a little bit more, so he might win rounds 4 and 5, but I think Shavkat can win 1, 2, 3. So. But I think he finds the sub eventually, though. What do you think?
So, this one has me all kinds of confused. I don't know what to think because I'm closer to betting Gary than I am to betting Shavkat because of the numbers. But, like, I want to lean Shavkat to win, but I can't figure out why I feel like he should win other than, like, oh, he's a really good finisher, but, like, it's so tough because we've not really seen either guy. We've never seen either guy lose. So we don't know how they lose. We don't know how either of these guys loses because we've never seen it. So we're speculating. It's so tough. Like, neither guy has really shown a reason to doubt him either. Like, there's been a few moments for Gary where he's been dropped, or there's been a few moments for Shavkat, like, where his cardio seems to be like, ooh, he's kind of slowing down. But, like, not enough for them to lose, and they've fought really good competition. Both of them have. You know what I mean? Like, both of them have fought Jeff Neal and gave them both trouble, but they both came out on top.
Yep.
It's really, like, I'm so far I'm taking Shavkat, like, as a pick, but I'm not going to bet him. And if I bet anyone, it's going to be Gary because of the number. So, like, there's a chance that switches, but I don't, because I'm not afraid to switch my pick. I will sometimes, but
you never switch your pick. You go with your gut.
I've switched my pick plenty of times, and it usually pays off for me. Like, the time when Derek Lewis
your gut is not good.
Dude, when Derek Lewis was saying he was going to weigh in with abs, and then when he weighed in with abs against what's-his-face and did the flying knee, I switched my pick after the weigh-ins, and Derek Lewis went in there and knocked him out in seconds. And I was like, that was great. That was the one I remember. Oh, and also when Macy Barber fought Amanda Hebos, I remember picking Hebos in my video and, like, just feeling really bad about it. And like at night, I was like, man, I was feeling sick about it. Like, it was bothering me. And then I switched my pick to Barber, and then she just beats the brakes off her. So every time I've switched, it's been good. So if I do switch, I feel like Ian Gary's going to win. But so far, I'm leaning Shavkat. And if I just place a bet on Gary but still think he loses, that's different. But, like, Yeah, I don't know. I think it's close. This is way too close. It should be pick'ems. I don't know why the line's so wide. So, but
I think
maybe because it's short notice for Gary. I don't. But it's not really. He was going to fight next week, so it's like it's short notice, but not that much.
I think the difference is going to be the grappling, for sure.
But Gary's like not bad in grappling, you know.
I know, but who's better?
Maybe
I think the striking.
We haven't really seen him land a bunch of good takedowns. Like he seems to struggle to get guys to the mat, unless he gets in the clinch first. He does good in the clinch, but then again, Gary's got a judo background as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just don't have a reason to believe. Like I don't have a reason to like. Oh, they're gonna lose. This is how this person's gonna lose. I don't have a way to. I haven't found a way to get there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is going to definitely be the best grappler Gary's ever fought.
Probably, yeah. I'd say.
So, not to say that Shavkat's grappling is a super elite, but
he's got really good grappling. It's just the takedowns are sometimes not the best.
Yeah, and that's like on the feet. I just think it's close. It's going to be close.
It is, and both guys are kind of reckless with their defense.
Yep.
So like neither guy makes me feel good about their defense.
No.
Would I be surprised if Gary head kicks him and puts him out? Not at all.
No. And it wouldn't shock me if Shavkat head kicks him and Gary too knocks him out. Like on the feet, that's where it's close.
But bet on Gary to win at the number. But I'm almost talking myself into it. But I think I'd rather pass.
I just think Shavkat knows he's going to have a clear advantage on the mat, and he's not a dumb fighter.
No, he's not.
But he's not going to go in there to like shooting takedowns relentlessly either. Like he's going to look for the right time to do it. Like he's one of those kind of guys. Like
if he just shoots constantly, I think there's a chance he gets stuck against the cage, and when Gary stuffs one, and then then he just gets wall installed for a round.
Yeah,
I don't think he wants that either.
No. So we'll see what happens. I like Shavkat, but I mean he's at minus 375 as well.
Too high.
Same with Gon.
Too high.
It is, but I think it's the right pick.
Probably. Yeah, I hate this. If we get if Gary hits like minus 400 or something crazy because all the parlay people come in, like there's no way I'm not betting him. You know what I mean?
At that point, yeah. I mean,
yeah, and
I think you can do Ian Gary plus 9.5 at plus 135.
That's not bad.
I think Shavkat finds a finish though. That's the thing. Otherwise, I'd be on that all day.
But why do we think that? Because Shavkat's a finisher. But like, you have to look at the other side too. Like, sure, Shavkat's a finisher, but Gary's never been finished. So it's like, it's like.
Well, we've seen him get dropped a couple times, and it was close, but not that close. But
yeah, it's just so like, it's such a hard one to really understand who's like. I just can't see either guy losing. You know what I mean? Like in my head, I'm trying to like play it out, and I can't see it. So it's tough. But yeah, I gotta pick Shavkat for whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
Like I don't have a good reason. So like don't listen to me on this. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I don't have a good reason here. I don't have a good reason.
My only reason basically is I just think the grappling is night and day. And I think Shavkat eventually will try to grapple and get him down. And then I think it's just. I
also wonder, like, is part of the reason I think Shavkat wins is because I think Ian Gary's super annoying. Because he is super annoying.
I'm not looking at that. He is annoying, but I think he's a very good fighter though. I mean, I know I just said that for Nate to train. I'm picking him kind of a little bit like that, but he's also a very good fighter too. So it's like,
I usually could admit if I'm picking somebody because I like them. So like every Julian Erosa.
Charles Oliveira. I'm going to pick Charles. I tell everybody I'm picking Charles Oliveira every freaking fight. So don't listen to my breakdowns because you know who I'm picking when that fight. Yeah.
But like, does it work? I know it works.
It worked until Islam. Well, and Armin, but.
Yeah. Well, and like, so from my it works for me when I can understand that bias if I have somebody that I'm picking because they're one of my favorites. I can be like, oh, I'm picking them because I really like them.
Yeah.
But like, do I pick I think I don't think I acknowledge it enough that I do it the other way as well. Because it takes a lot for me to pick somebody like Andre Petrowski, who I don't like. I just don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I picked GM3 over him. I still think GM3 won that fight, but like I shouldn't have picked GM3 in that fight. So like like when I look back at it, it was probably a bad pick. Although it was not a bad pick, but like I probably shouldn't have picked him, like based on the things we knew going into that fight.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe it does happen the other way. So then I'm like, well, maybe I'm overthinking this, which I probably am. But like, am I not picking Gary in this fight because of that? Because I know I also picked Jeff Neal against Ian Gary. And also I thought Jeff Neal put up a really good fight. It was a really close fight. But at the same time, was I picking Jeff Neal because I thought Jeff Neal was going to beat Ian Gary, or because I thought it was going to be a really close fight and I also don't like Ian Gary because he's annoying? And that could be what I'm doing here, where like it's a really close fight. But did the fact that I don't like Ian Gary because he's annoying get me to the Shavkat side is what I'm getting at. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the chat's probably super annoyed by this conversation that I'm having, mostly with myself. We can move on. It's just something to think about.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Jasper, like, shut
Don't doubt Shavkat. Let's go. I think Shavkat reacts to the strikes better, and even if it's close, that will be enough to win the rounds. The odds Shavkat by smoke. All right, everyone on Shavkat.
I don't think he just runs him over. I really don't.
I don't think so either, but I think he's gonna get that submission though.
Even if he gets a finish, I think it's gonna be a competitive fight until then.
Yeah, that's why I said 2, 3, 4, probably more so 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Shavkat's gonna need to grapple him for like one round pretty good, and then the next round, if he gets the grappling going again, I think that's when he gets it. Like, it's not gonna happen right away, like bam bam.
Good.
So
yeah, I don't know. I really
it's an interesting fight. We'll see.
Don't have a good read on it. I don't.
There you go. Main event: Alexander Pantoja versus Kai Asakura. Who do you like?
I've got a good read on this one. I think this is a fun fight. I really do. I think it's gonna be a great fight. Both guys have clear paths to victory, and I like that. I think it's gonna be a great main event. I do think Pantoja is gonna get it done though, because I think a couple of things. The new environment is going to be a big deal in this one. It's kind of like when we saw Manel Kopp come over from Ryzen, which is where Kai Asakura is coming from. He wasn't very good at first because he had that, like, he had to get used to it. And I know it's like, oh, it's fighting a different. It's one thing if you're switching to a different, from like a different cage to another cage. That's different. But the ring with the ropes versus the cage is a big change. And like, I know it's like, you're like, okay, but they're still fighting. There's a lot that changes because of it. So I do think that's going to play a favor for Pantoja. I think Pantoja is better on the mat by a pretty good margin. On the feet, it's closer, the gaps, but I do think, the gap's closer on the feet, but I do think Kai Asakura is the better striker. The dude is his knees are absolutely devastating. So like he could put him out, but like, dude, Pantoja is so tough. So I think Pantoja wins. I think he's going to need to use his grappling though, because if we end up striking most of this fight here, Kai Asakura's striking is really good, like really, really nasty. And he's another guy that has like some really solid killer instinct. Like this dude, if he hurts you, he's going for blood. Like he's trying to rip your throat out. Like this dude's a savage. And I don't know, I kind of like that style. But then again, I think he's going to struggle with Pantoja. I think Pantoja's just a little bit too much for him here. And everybody's like, oh, but the UFC wants Kai Asakura to win. I don't know that that's true. Because there's two things. One, yes, they could want him to win because he's a huge star. The dude is a huge star. The dude would bring a huge set of eyes to the company. He opens up the division. He hasn't fought any of these guys yet. Well, actually, I take that back. He's fought Kopp, but he hasn't. But that could be a trilogy fight. They're 1-1 against each other. So actually, that's still a good fight. But they also don't want their reigning champion to lose to the champion of what they view as a lower level promotion coming in his first fight and dethroning their champion. So there's that. But yeah, I'm taking Pantoja.
Who did Kopp come in and fight?
Gosh, who was his first fight? Gosh, the Wayback Machine's not working for me here. Who's his
Wasn't it Alexander Pantoja?
Was that his first fight?
I thought so.
Gosh, it might have been.
Let me look. I'm pretty sure. Because Pantoja had an injury. Yeah. Because he was out for a bit, and that was Pantoja's like fight to come back to.
That was his first fight.
Yep. Pantoja looked great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Pantoja's so good, dude. So good. And yeah, that could be like an omen here for him.
There you go. And look who's coming back. Another risen fighter first UFC debut, and he's fighting Pantoja again. Pantoja wins this fight, guys. I'm sorry. Kai is very fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. But there are levels to this game. It's Pantoja's grappling is going to get it done. I think he finds a sub 2, round 2, 3, or 4. Probably 2 or 3. Pantoja's a smart fighter too. He's not going to engage in the striking. I think he's going to act like he's going to. And
he will some.
I think he will too, but then he's going to be like, I'm going to find the right time for a takedown. I'm going to grapple you, and you're not getting up. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And I think it's going to take one round, and Kai's going to be like, shit, this guy's good. I'm going to need something crazy. He's going to try another takedown, submission. Boom.
Yeah.
Pantoja's on another level.
He's so good.
I know.
And
he's one of my favorite fighters as well.
They keep making him an underdog. This fight, no. But like, yeah. I remember.
I think I bet Pantoja's last like 5 fights.
Dude, was it his last fight against Royval, maybe, where he opened at like minus 240? And then like in my head, I'm like, oh, he's going to blow up to a massive favorite. And then I bet him, and then he ends up like minus 110 or something, or minus like 150 or something like that. It was like,
I might have been Royval, he was minus 190.
Minus
Steve
190.
Erceg, he was minus 185. The Moreno fight, when he beat Moreno, he was plus 165, and I had.
Oh, yeah, definitely bet him in that one. I think it was the Royval fight where he opened at like minus 240 or minus 260 or something. And I bet him thinking it was going to go to like minus 400, and then a bunch of money came in on Royval, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then I was an idiot for getting the reverse CLV there, but yeah, dude, like Pantoja has been a money printing machine for me.
He's like pretty much everything you want in a fighter.
Yeah.
Other than maybe being a little bit old. He's like 34 years old. Even
that though, like he hasn't slowed.
Like he's got good cardio. He looks like he's gonna gas out, but he doesn't gas out. He's a junkyard dog. He can grapple. He can submit you. He can knock you out. Like he's got good wrestling, good take. Like everything about him is good. Like other than his striking defense, maybe against a top tier striker, maybe that's his only little weakness. But he's durable. Shit.
Yeah.
So how do you beat him? You have to out junkyard dog him, and you're not going to out junkyard dog.
He makes other junkyard dogs look like a little chihuahua.
Yeah.
Like he's so
Brandon Royval.
Yeah, dude. He just outgrits these guys. And like, I'm kind of sad because what's going to happen is everybody's gonna be like, oh, Asakura sucks, whatever, because he's going to lose.
No,
and that sucks.
It's different levels of the game. Like Kai's never fought anybody remotely close grappler as him.
Grappler? No.
Remotely close.
He's fought. Well, I mean, Horiguchi's a really good grappler, but even then, like, I don't think he's that level. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I would have much rather them said, okay, Kai Asakura is going to come in his debut fight. He's going to fight Manel Kopp, who they're 1-1 against each other. I would have loved to see that. Get the UFC fan base familiar with Kai Asakura. I would have bet Asakura in that fight for sure.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Kopp. I think the loss. I think that as their careers have gone, Asakura's gotten better. But they didn't want to risk him losing before capitalizing on the big name value that he brings from Japan. So, yeah, I get it. But, like, I would have much rather seen that so we could get him a win in the UFC first. But it's what it is. But, yeah, then you have the problem of who fights Pantoja. There's nobody left.
Well, I think that's part of the reason why he's getting a shot. I mean,
unless you're pulling somebody from low.
He beat Royval twice. He beat Moreno twice. Amir Albazi doesn't deserve a chance. I mean, Kai Kara France. I mean, did they fight?
Then, like, Kai Kara France is like, I mean,
he needs one more win, I would think, right?
I mean, would you throw Charles Johnson in there
against Kai?
No, against Pantoja. Like the dude's on. Like, I mean, he's not like. But that's what I'm saying. It's like
the only person that I would maybe legit. He's not ready. He would lose. It would be Almabayev.
Yeah, I mean, but even then, like,
but he's not going to win. Like Pantoja's way better.
Is Almabayev even ranked?
He's 7.
Oh, really? How did he get the 7? When did this happen?
He's flying up the rankings.
Yeah, dude, that guy jumped a lot.
But that's it. Like I would have said Taira, but Royval beat him.
Yep.
But now Taira needs a win.
Dude, if Taira won that fight, definitely would have made sense.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And I would still pick Pantoja.
Yeah, absolutely. So. I can't see anybody at flyweight that I would pick over Pantoja at this stage in their career or in his career. Give him 2 more years, then maybe. But
and I think Taira would probably beat him in 2 more years.
Yeah, because that kid's getting better, and Pantoja is going to be maybe declining, but he's not getting better at that point.
Exactly. Yep. All right, let's go to the chat real quick. Pantoja is the champion for a reason. A debutant cannot take his spot away. Agreed. Do y'all think the weight cut is going to leave Kai gassed? I mean, that's also another thing I forgot. He usually fights at 135.
Yeah, he's fine. It's gonna be fine.
Okay?
Because Cop used to fight at 135 and Ryzen 2. It's just a thing. Like,
but he never makes weight.
Cop's just undisciplined. You've seen that guy at press conferences. The dude's just undisciplined.
True.
Dude's just flying off the handle, man.
Volkov will kill Gon. Oh, okay.
I hope so. Not actually kill. That'd be bad. But like, I mean, I hope he like
hope so.
Like, I don't want Gon to die.
It wouldn't shock me.
But I hope he just like runs him over. That'd be sick.
What's next for Robert Whittaker? Probably Sean Strickland will fight versus Dricus in a rematch, but Hamzat's on the line of the title, so probably Whittaker will fight Amavov or Kyle. Isn't Amavov fighting Izzy?
I think that's what they're talking about. But Johnny, I mean, that yelling, it's all in caps.
Oh, okay. I don't like to yell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Middleweight's tough because there's so many good contenders. Honestly, there's like
I think Kyle versus Whittaker would be a good fight.
I don't think it'd be good for Whittaker.
I know. But I think it's the right step up, like step next for Kyle. Because Amavov's fighting Izzy, so they're done. Strickland and Dricus are fighting, apparently. And so Kyle is right there.
I know everybody else thinks Hamzat should get the fight. Dude, no. I think you have to have Strickland versus him first and give Chimaev the winner. It makes so much sense.
I wouldn't put Kyle against Chimaev. It doesn't make sense. I think Chimaev has to wait for the winner, but the champion never wants to fight like right after they just won. The contender always has to fight.
Wins, he will.
Well, I mean, Bilal made it happen, so.
Right, well.
With a little pinky toe.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty nasty infection. Did you see the photos?
I did. But still, it's like, okay. I see how it is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
No, I'm just playing. But that's usually how it goes. Like the champion always waits until like the contender fights, and then that's when they fight. So that way the champion has a little bit more recovery, and that's just how they do it.
I think if Strickland wins, he'd turn around and fight right away. I think he's pretty down for it.
Tyra versus Kai would have been fun.
That would be a great fight.
But I don't know if they would want to do that because Tyra just lost, and they're trying to work him up too.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be fine. He'll get there.
I think he's eventually going to be the champion at one point in his career, for sure. I think he's that good. I just didn't think he was going to beat Royval.
Right.
I wanted him to. I just didn't think it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I have futures on Pantoja, DDP, and Islam. You got it. That's easy.
DDP
might be a little.
I don't have it for next year. Definitely not DDP, but I have Pantoja and Islam for this year.
Just hope DDP wins against Strickland again, and he doesn't fight for the rest of the year because I don't know. I'm not a big believer in DDP.
I'm a believer.
I'm not a big believer.
I also thought he lost the Strickland fight. I know everybody, like not everybody, but a lot of people think I'm wrong about that.
No, I think Strickland won that fight. It was very close. Not a robbery. I thought Strickland barely edged him out. That's why I thought there should have been an immediate rematch.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not because like, oh, Strickland was champion for so long, but it was too close to yeah. But I think
there would be blood. All right. Comes to a point where we're going to do a little parlay.
Let's go. Remember the last time we were doing this, buddy?
That's true. Well, what are you thinking?
Well, I think we can put 2 legs in there for free already. Like,
yeah. Do you want
Cooper and Mitchell are just like you just add them to every parlay.
But what are you going to get with that?
I mean, I don't know, but it sure makes it better than nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
It'll turn a 2-leg into a 4-leg real easy.
Minus 417.
Okay, that's pretty good considering the lines. Like, I'll take it.
What are we both on?
Pantoja.
Let's go with that. Well, I mean that. There we go. Now we're talking. Pantoja.
Okay. So we put all 3 of them in there. What are we at?
It's not going to be plus money.
No, but getting there.
Getting there. It'll be minus 141.
That's pretty good. Okay. Now what do we like?
Let's go with Pantoja.
Who's your most confident pick outside of those 3?
Pantoja.
No, outside of those.
Oh,
3.
okay, never mind.
You can't pick him twice.
Pantoja. Honestly, you want to do? I'm not super confident, but I think he wins Brian Battle.
Yes, I do want to put him in there. That
minus
I love
102. It's not bad.
If we go all 4 of those guys, that's hitting. I mean, isn't it?
I'm not gonna put those 2 guys in.
You're not gonna put those 2 in there?
I mean, we're getting minus 102 with Battle
That
and
gets us to plus
Pantoja.
money, dude.
Okay, we'll throw Chase Hooper in there. Plus
Plus
118. And then if we do all 4 of these guys, plus 148.
Dude, that's pretty good. That's a safe plus 148, isn't it?
Man,
I mean,
Max Griffin's minus 115.
I feel good about all of those. My least confident would be Pantoja for the simple fact that I think Kai Asakura is extremely dangerous. And, like, I'm pretty confident in Pantoja.
All right. Well, we're going to do Pantoja and Battle for sure. But if you want to add those extra legs in, you definitely can. How about
that's
that?
the safer one.
Pantoja.
I think you should add those other legs, especially Hooper. Who
I mean, it's up to you. People can do what they want.
You do whatever you want, guys. You do whatever you want to do.
Pantoja and Battle is like minus 102. 103. I'll just put 103.
Now we get crazy, right?
Yes. I don't have a lot of odds available, but I'm going to look on fight odds, and then we'll just
if you go to fight odds, you can get it. You can pull the lines online, but you'll get better once DraftKings opens.
What is something crazy?
Okay, something crazy. What do we got for... I mean, how wild do you want to get? Like, how crazy? Are we going big crazy?
Just something maybe like plus 300 or so range.
Okay.
Not like super crazy.
Okay.
Kind of like what we did last time when we were the only ones that won that bet. Just so you know.
We went crazy, though. Like
we went Chiazon inside the distance and then
that was like
fight to end in round 2, which was easy. It was easy.
Yeah, that was easy money. Yeah, we don't have any like super easy money, big plus monies on this card.
Yeah.
What about? Let's see. Because I don't think either of us are both on like any big dogs. I don't know if you're on any big dogs. You're on
the biggest dog I'm on is Luke.
Oh, and Luke. Oh, I forgot about Luke. Is he a bigger underdog than Durden at this point?
Durden plus 1. I mean, they're the same.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because those are the only 2 dogs you're on. I'm not on either of those. Okay, what about... Okay, so who are we on the same that we can find a prop we like? What about Landwehr round 3 sub?
Round 3? That's going to be wild.
Dude, it should be, right? Rightfully so.
Let's see. Round 3. I mean, him just to win in round 3 is plus 900.
Okay, let's put that, huh? Or like I guess it's also pretty crazy, but like how do you feel about that?
I mean, I like it. I think if he does win, it's going to be later in the fight.
Okay. I would be okay with putting that in there for a crazy parlay, for like the wild one as a leg.
What is like round 2 or 3 for him?
Oh, there you go. That's a good play. I don't know if those are out. Those will be out yet, but
let me look. I think it is for DraftKings anyways.
Sick, dude. Because 2 or 3 would be.
Oh, it doesn't have 2 or 3. I forgot. It does like round 3 or decision.
Yeah.
Round 3 or decisions plus 175.
Yeah, but I don't really like that at that number.
Okay.
Because I mean, at that number, just play his money line. It's not far enough. Like you're not getting a sweet enough bump for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can keep thinking. I'm just spitballing here. Okay. Yeah. What about? I mean, Pantoja sub's probably trash, huh?
Oh look, I do like that though.
He probably. I feel like if he wins, it's either decision or sub.
Inside the distance is plus 100, which
what?
I'm gonna play that if that ever comes out. Well, hold on, that is out on DraftKings. If that's plus money, I'm playing it.
Okay.
Like right now.
Yeah, do it. That's
okay, we'll keep talking.
I don't know that he knocks out Kai. Kai's pretty tough. He's been knocked out before.
Plus 110.
Plus 1. That's it.
No, I'm sorry. Not plus 110. Minus 110.
Minus 110 for sub.
Still no, just for inside the distance for Pantoja.
Oh.
Sub is plus 150.
That's shit too. That's not a good enough line.
But you can,
because he could also get a decision, and I feel like either one.
I know on FanDuel you can get Pantoja to win by submission rounds 2, 3, 4. It's like plus 450.
That's not too bad.
I was scoping that out.
Not too bad. Okay, I don't mind that. Who else do we like lower in the card, and how do we like them? What about? Oh boy. What about? Gosh, who do we? Okay, who's somebody we're both on, and we both see it going the same way.
How about something like Max Griffin wins inside the distance?
Ooh,
plus 265.
Ooh, okay, I like it.
Maybe this is the time.
Okay, yeah, I'm in for that. I'm not against that at all.
Okay, that's something we could do.
And then what? I'm not against the Landwehr round 3, but like it's also pretty wild. But what else could we add if it's not that? Okay, who else do we like? Who do we agree on so far?
We're both on Kennedy, but it's Kennedy.
There's nothing.
We're both on Chase. Chase KO.
What's Chase KO at? I feel like he subs him, but what's the KO at? Because he could totally KO him.
Where are you at? KO. Oh, the submission's minus 150. KO. Wow. Plus 525.
If we're feeling wild, that's not a bad spot. He wants that KO. Well, he wanted the KO in the last fight. I don't know if he wants it in this one because he probably doesn't want to kill Clay Guida. But
yeah, it's gonna be inside the distance. I mean, not inside. I'm sorry, it's gonna be on the ground. I mean, but
yeah. But like you saw those elbows from top, dude.
I know. I feel like he goes for the sub though instead.
I feel like he does too. But minus 150 doesn't get the parlay where we want it.
Yeah. We're both on Brian Battle.
Yeah, we are. I think he gets it done inside the distance. What do you think?
I said decision.
Oh, decision, damn.
Okay. But what is round 3? Battle round 3 is plus 700.
It's not
bad. Battle
bad.
round 2 is plus 500.
Not bad as well. I think Battle could win in any round, honestly.
Do you think he gets a KO?
Most likely, but he could definitely club and sub him.
The KO is plus 250.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
The sub is plus 500.
Ooh. What's his inside the distance, did you say?
Plus 110.
Get out of here with that.
You can do Battle KO and Max inside the distance.
I don't mind that. I'm okay with that.
Let's roll with it.
Let's do it.
I don't know what the odds are going to be because I'm just looking. I don't have it. Like DraftKings doesn't have any of that, but I'm sure it's going to be something crazy. Actually, let me look real quick on this one.
Action Network has a pretty good parlay calculator.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, they don't even have it out yet. So it's going to be Griffin inside the distance. I think it's 265. The Battle. Did we say KO?
Yeah.
What did I say that was? 250?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I can see him put too much pressure on Brown. Brown's going to do the lean back, trying to get out of the way, and just going to eat some shots. But he could definitely club and sub him, so I'm not totally...
There we go. Parlay those together, whatever that is
probably good.
What it is. It's probably going to be over 1,000 for sure, right?
I don't know. Probably, or at least close.
Should be.
I like it. Yeah, if you go to Action Network, they have a good parlay calculator they do for you quick. But
okay. All right. That was it. Go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, and then we'll skedaddle.
You can find me at 138 MMA everywhere. Also, you can find me actually on Thursday over on the Couch Warrior podcast. We're going to do our panel show, the even numbered shows for UFC 310. We do it for the pay-per-views. The even numbers are over on Couch Warrior's channel. The odd numbers are over on my channel. I don't know who the guests are yet. I think he mentioned something about Narco Cop, but I'm not sure if that's for sure. But I might have just spoiled something. I don't know. Either way. You might have just got something that you're not supposed to get.
You just might have got something good.
Yeah, you might have. But yeah, I'll be on Couch Warriors channel on Thursday, and we'll be back on mine for 311. But yeah, other than that, you'll probably, just find me on my channel or back with Johnny next week, right? Or is it next week? Yeah, yep. Next week.
Next week. And that's the last card of the year. Yep. And then we'll start fresh again.
Oh, and you can also find Johnny on my channel coming up in January. where Mr. and Mrs. K Picks both will be attending, and I'm going to be joined by the lovely Kendra as well. We're going to have a nice little 4-person, pick our future picks for champions at the end of 2025. So look forward to that early January, probably, before the first card. So there you go.
For sure. It's going to be fun. But I appreciate everybody hanging out with us, especially all the donations we got. We got a ton of them. Appreciate you, Mayrobs, as always. Bunny Hunter, as always, twice. Sweevy Bets, definitely appreciate you too. Kiwi, our guy. Kiwi, always appreciate you. Sure. Mayrobs, you are a crazy man. We love you. You did not have to do that. But again, I appreciate it. You're awesome. I will definitely buy some beer with that. And especially beer I will be buying is Miller Lite, JJ, not Bud Light. But appreciate that as well. Keeping the lights on for the show. But all right, this is it. Hope everybody, does well with their picks, with their bets. Hopefully give you some good knowledge. And Pantoja is going to win, so that's a good parlay piece. Probably one of my best confident picks of the card. I'm going to throw that out there. So you want to throw out something other than Chase Hooper?
Chase Hooper's a lock, but Battle's pretty confident too.
There you go. That's going to be our safe parlay. There it is.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. See you next time next week. It's going to be Wednesday next week, not Tuesday. So Wednesday is because of my birthday. So
word.
All right. Take care. Bye.